Let's knock it out.
Every time you burp, just Morty.
No, Lordy.
Oh, I thought you said Morty.
Morty.
It's just like like a very
Morty.
proper
Just like a burp and then Morty.
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 Hey, we're going, so.
Your asshole is taut yet malleable. No, that's. Are we recording
Yes,
this?
we are.
Why are you recording this? All right.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back to the Dudecast, I guess.
Yeah, where your asshole is taut.
Yet malleable.
Yet malleable.
Yeah, he just started. All right.
Just how we like it.
It's season 2, episode 4.
Yes.
Our 35th episode.
Yes.
And we got a little special guesty poo.
Oh, hello.
Special Guestenport.
It's Special Guestenport. Yes. On for the second time.
Yes.
A staple of the Dudecast.
Yes, one of
Second
our,
time?
One of our
Second time?
favorite guests
Third
of
time.
season
Third
one.
time. Third
Second
time.
official time.
Second official time. Third
Right,
appearance.
right.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you dropped in the middle of one of them, and then we were just like, stay, please.
That's right. Yeah. So I guess third time technically. Yeah. Christy was a staple of everybody's favorite moment of the show. So
Yeah, I'm honored that ended up being such a fan favorite.
you might
Yes.
recognize her from the Goose Chase podcast,
That's
along with
right.
our co-host Dave.
Oh,
She is
yeah.
one
Is
of the
this the
geese.
first time I've been on the show?
Since
And
Goose Chase. Yeah.
Technically, I was on the show for like 5 minutes another time because I stopped in before going to roller derby practice.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
was
right.
Oh, yeah.
That was the voting day, I
Boy,
believe.
how exciting is this?
Yeah, let's talk about in detail.
Memories. Is there an audio equivalent of like the screen wavy flashback thing?
Yeah, like the pan flute. Just,
Yeah.
yeah. No, but yeah, listen to Goose Chase if you haven't. It's vastly more popular than this show.
Actually, we have a surprising number of listeners.
Yeah, you guys actually have a really good show
Yeah.
as opposed to whatever this is.
This is alcoholism.
Also,
weekly alcoholism.
I put in a modicum of effort
Well, I don't.
to try to get people to listen. Oh no, you don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I guarantee
promote us.
if you also shared our show weekly, we would have twice as many views as
How many followers do you guys have on Goose Chase?
I honestly, I don't even
know.
know a number.
We get
But we
the-
usually
a lot,
we
yeah.
range between, as far as people
like that.
seeing our posts
Yeah.
every week, it's somewhere between 25 and 80 regularly.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
it kind of just varies. And that's not necessarily people interacting with the post. That's just how many eyes were laid on the post.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's something.
Yeah, it's kind of a crapshoot. And honestly,
You know how many listeners you guys have?
We have something like at most 20 to 25 downloads an
Yeah.
episode, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty good.
It's more than this.
I am excited that we have a couple international listeners.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
We got
Germans
one
and
or two in
Canadians.
Canada.
Nice.
One or
Super
two in
cool.
Germany.
Yeah.
I think there might have been
Yeah.
one in Australia.
Nice.
Canada, how exotic.
I know we have Australian listeners to this show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you are listening, if it's you guys over at Bear With Me, who I enjoy.
Yeah, that
they're-
podcast is really cool.
Yeah, our Australian
actually really cool.
SoundCloud friends. If it's
Yeah.
you, send us a Skype sometime. We
Yeah.
will totally interview you guys and you us.
Yeah.
For an episode.
I need to listen to more podcasts, especially now that I'm getting like so big into chess now, and I need more shit to listen to.
Pointers, yeah.
I can't get enough.
That's where podcasts are awesome. When
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing something else and you can have audio
Yeah.
going in the background. I
I-
listen when I'm driving or when I'm knitting or when I'm just like chilling.
Yeah.
And don't
Yeah.
I'm doing other shit.
I used to listen to the Ricky Gervais podcast while I played Rocket League for a while.
I honestly didn't realize he had a podcast.
Everybody's got a podcast.
That's where Carl
That's true.
Pilkington got
Oh,
famous.
yeah.
The one he did with
I
Stephen
did know
Merchant.
that.
They had the XFM radio show, and
Right.
I have every episode of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I would listen to those files while playing Rocket League.
God, I love that.
Rocket League.
I should listen to the dulcet tones of Ricky Gervais more often.
This has
How
been
about the
podcast recap from the Three Dudes Show.
Listen to us talk about podcasts that are better than ours.
Yeah, listen to them. Pause this now and don't come
We've
back.
regularly quoted Bill Burr. That's my fault on this show. It's true. Yeah, sorry.
I'll be like referential humor.
I guess we're fucked.
We're fucked.
We are.
We're fucked.
I guess I'll start this week. I don't necessarily have a fucked.
Yeah.
But I guess I wanted to update everybody on the my fucking tires situation
Oh,
that's
boy.
been ongoing.
Again?
The saga continues.
No, we're okay. I just wanted to say that it's officially
It's
the fourth
been.
week. It's been
The fourth week.
It's been a while.
it's the fourth week, and I made it an entire week now without any tire problems. So
Good.
That's really
All
good.
right.
the tires, the better ones that I put on there handle better, and they feel a little better. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's a fucking war zone out there.
Yeah,
and
the thing is, you live in a real shitty place to have tires that can't withstand
Yeah.
potholes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's gonna get worse when the weather finally, gets up to like being above 40 regularly.
Well, and here's the thing: I'm still not 100% convinced that either A, the tires were put on incorrectly, or B, they were just shitty tires.
Yeah.
But I talked to 3 different other tire places and 2 service managers at 2 different Ford dealerships.
Yeah.
who all told me the same. I had no ammo. I had nothing to go after
Right.
anybody with. So
Yeah.
and they were really accommodating. They were really accommodating at Flynn's. I'm just not convinced. It's one of 2 things. It's either the tires were fucked up, or I just bought shitty economy tires, which I did because I'm sorry I didn't want to spend $700 goddamn dollars on tires.
Yeah.
But he even told me when he put them on, he's like, these feel a lot heavier. So I don't know.
It sucks though when you're like convinced you've been boned somehow, and you go
Yeah.
in somewhere going, "Well, these guys fuck me," and they all go, "No." And then you just you feel like it. You feel like an
yeah.
idiot. It's a bad
It sucks
feeling.
when you want to
Yeah.
hold on to the anger and you know
God.
you
I
can't.
can't because
can't.
you know
Right.
you're in the wrong, but
A
you're
good
just like, just let me
grudge.
be angry at someone.
Well, it's because even though it wasn't the outcome you were thinking, they were still forthcoming. And,
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
That's
and they were good to you.
Yeah, they were good. They
Yeah.
were.
That's the shittiest though. When you're mad and you want to be mad, and rightfully so,
couldn't
but
go,
you
I
can't be mad at them.
you.
You were literally murdered with kindness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing.
I
Well,
hate that.
and they like.
I mean, how can you be mad? Because Flynn's is just staffed entirely with leprechauns, and
That's right.
those fuckers are adorable.
They're just adorable.
Actually,
I
one of those
did go
guys
in there.
might be a leprechaun.
I told them that Flinny
Precious
sent me.
little mix.
It takes it actually takes like 2 or 3 of them to get the tires over to your car.
It's a long process. It takes a very long time.
You won't need a pot of gold for this rotation.
The guy who brought the tires. No wonder it took him a day to get the tires ordered, and they had 4 leprechauns in a trench coat driving, trying to communicate
you made
with
a
one
tiny
another.
leprechaun human pyramid.
Yep.
Yeah, leprechaun pit crew, man.
Yep.
Those little bastards move fast.
That's right.
That's
They-
adorable.
Little, that's adorable.
That's just adorable.
They're
little-
surprisingly strong.
They're very nimble. They're very nimble. They can get in there.
Being a bunch of pig-faced drunkards.
Oh, they are always intoxicated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That might have something to do with the whole 2 blown tires thing.
Yeah.
Bunch of drunk leprechauns trying to get a wheel on.
Oh,
little
we thought we put on tires. Our bad. They were actually balloons.
Are bad.
Our bad.
That traditional leprechaun statement.
That old leprechaun statement. Oh, my bad.
Oh, my bad.
From the merry old land of Ireland. Oh God!
Well, I'm glad that you're not fucked in that regard.
Thank you. I you know what? And I had some other why we're fucked. Oh, you know what? I remembered what it was that I wanted to talk about.
How are you fucked?
Okay.
Tell us how you're fucked.
I'm fucked because people get offended at the stupidest thing. People are inventing
boy.
excuses to get offended now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You posted that
did.
expression, just that line on Facebook,
did.
and I went,
I
I
did.
wonder what he's thinking about.
I missed this. It just like people find stuff to be offended about.
It was. And here's the thing. All right.
No, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of valid stuff to be offended about.
Absolutely.
We're wasting our energy on the dumb things.
And I'm okay if there's other people out there who think that you're a pansy if you get offended by anything.
Say the word
Like-
pansy.
Right, say the word right. Or there's people out there who legitimately will call you out if you get offended for something that you should legitimately be offended at.
What are you? Some kind of blue-pilled cock?
Right, yeah, right, exactly.
It's not a fedora. It's a trilby.
Oh God.
A hat ruined for a
I
generation
know,
of men.
Really?
ruined.
Ruined. Can't
Well,
even think about it.
It's ruined if you wear it with cargo shorts and a button-up. If you,
Milady.
you don't just wear one part of a fucking suit and then ignore the rest.
Right. This is
You do
I
it
had
for a nice guy.
so here. Let me set this up here. All right. I was working with
Nice
nice guy. I'm a good guy. I was working with one of my coworkers. Her name's Trusha. She's this little Indian woman. She's about, I'm not exaggerating, this tall. She's very small.
Okay.
She's
For
like,
all of you, that's maybe like
Yeah, maybe let's-
6 inches above our microphone.
okay,
setup.
anybody who listens to this who knows me, it's under my boobs. She's like, she's very small.
Under my boobs.
I know the height of your boob. That's right
girl-
around 5 feet.
Yeah,
And
right around.
into
She's like, I think
my
she's 5 even. She's like 5 feet even.
Lordy.
so
but
like
she's-
2 inches shorter than
Yeah,
me.
and she's little and a female and Indian, you know.
Right.
So I approached. We had a customer, 2 customers come in. They were a couple, I'm presuming, and I came up and I said, you know, hey, how you guys doing? Did you guys need any help with anything? And the dude like turned around and gave me just the most shade that I've gotten in a long time, and he's like, "There's only one guy here," and I went, "Okay."
Oh boy.
Are you
my God.
folks doing okay? Then I like did that and then tried to like throw the smile on. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, we're good, man." And I'm like, "All right." So I like just walked away and I warned Trusha. I'm like, "Hey, just be careful." And she made the mistake and did the exact same thing. She walked up and she's like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And the woman like got up in her face and was like, "I'm not a guy. I'm a woman. That's very offensive to me."
Whoa.
And she was like, "Okay," and turned around and walked away. And then they came back an hour and a half later and bought something. So,
No shit.
So they just invented this thing to be upset about.
I'm all for trying to be sensitive
Sure.
or to other people and everything, and I do have friends that are trans, so I try to keep that in mind when I address people. But it does seem like this is a thing the general populace is more and more upset about
Yeah.
recently. Like, I've witnessed multiple discussions about this within the past, like, month and a half.
Yeah.
To the point that, like, when I post in Facebook groups, if I'm excited about something, I don't know how to launch into it.
Because you can't
in
just
a group.
say,
So normally I would be like, guys, or like, guys. And now, before I post something, I go,
"Ladies and gentlemen."
what do I say?
Yeah.
I usually, now I just don't say anything. I just launch into it.
Yeah.
But I'm
Human
just like,
beings.
what do I, like,
It's just
I don't mean it
vernacular.
that way.
It's just vernacular.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
how people talk.
Yeah.
It's not, and look, I get it. All right. I'm all for.
You know what? I don't get it. I'm just gonna say right now, I don't get it.
No, I mean, I'm all for, I'm all for gender equality, and I'm all for. No, I don't. I don't.
He doesn't
That's
get
where
it.
I jump back in and go, I don't get it.
Let me preemptively say I don't get it.
Whatever you're about to say, I throw myself
hate-
at your mercy.
I
don't get it.
I'm gonna write that down.
Now I get it if it's like, because I've in my time on the internet, I've met a lot of transgendered people, and most of the time it's just just catching how they refer to themselves, and it's like, okay, then that's what I use.
Sure.
If I get it wrong, I say, oh, I apologize. I'll refer to you by this.
Yeah, but
Try not to be a dick.
It's when someone gets up in your face about it, like how the fuck am I supposed to know?
well, it's like
Yeah.
the term guys doesn't. I don't think guys and think men.
No.
I think guys and think, hey, group of people that I'm trying to be friendly to.
not even people. I call our cats guys.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
And your female cat goes, I only see one guy here.
There's only one guy.
But here's the thing: the people acting offended by this aren't people who should be offended by
Exactly.
it. And that doesn't help a cause.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe your overall point is to be like, well, pay more attention to people. You don't know what people's pronouns are. That's fine. But
Sure. But also,
does it personally
fuck you.
affect you?
Right.
Does it personally affect you? It doesn't. So stop doing this.
If you're getting this fucking militant over a cause that isn't yours, over something that wasn't meant to be hostile or offensive in the first place,
Yeah.
that does more harm than good.
I always come back
Right.
to the charitable principle, right?
Yeah.
Like the best way that we
Yes.
can live is to try to assume the best of someone's intentions.
Yeah.
And if you even try the littlest bit to do that,
Yeah.
when someone says guys, they don't really mean hello,
Men.
Hello,
I
You're
will-
both men.
I will only talk to men.
no time for you women folk.
Sir, do you or your disgusting creature that accompanies you need anything?
To contrast
Your
this,
mobile birthing chamber.
to contrast
Does that
this,
rack on legs need anything too, or is it just you?
I can't even contribute to this.
Sorry.
I'm just a rack on legs.
The point is intent means a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
To contrast this,
One might even say intent means basically everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I've been in a couple situations where someone said something that I know is like a term that can be offensive to certain groups of people, and I've gone, hey,
Maybe don't
just
do
so
that.
you know,
Yeah.
that term can be offensive, and here's why.
Yeah.
And usually it's to like someone I care about who's a friend. I've done this with like my friend Adam before.
Right.
Because I don't want someone else to get mad at him later because he offended them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from friend to friend, I'll be like, hey, this is why this can upset people. It doesn't bother me, but
Be
this
careful.
is why.
Yeah, like you just
Yeah.
might want to know this.
Yeah, and I've witnessed situations when I worked at Best Buy.
Yeah.
I had a friend there who did identify as trans, and there was a customer who appeared to be a transgendered person, and someone over the headset referred to her. She also happened to be a shoplifter who was known for shoplifting.
Let's forget that detail for now.
No, it's important to the story.
Oh, okay.
So one of our I think it was one of our loss prevention people
Yeah.
saw this person, and over the headset referred to this person as a he she.
Yeah.
Oh,
And obviously it upset my friend who is transgendered, and it upset me and a lot of other people, I'm sure.
I was thinking it was
And-
going to be the T word, but that's even worse.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
she went to him and said, hey, like, can you not say that?
Yeah.
That's offensive. Can you please not use that term? And he laughed in her face.
Oh, one of those. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this is
like-
where the charitable concept comes to mind. Because
Yeah.
she was pretty charitable to just assume. He just didn't know.
Yeah.
He had
right.
heard it said, he didn't know. And so she went to him and tried to, like, inform him, hey, like, I find this offensive. It's an offensive term to people in this group. Can you not use that? And he laughed at her.
Yeah.
This is the same person who gave her and other people crap for swearing too much over the headset.
Oh my god.
So, like, you want us to be charitable to you because you prefer us not to swear, but you won't do the same in return.
Yeah.
It's give and take, and we have to choose our battles, and sometimes you just... I keep using your word, but you have to be charitable and be
No,
like,
that's it.
they're
Sure.
just
That's
referring
really
to us as a group, and they don't mean anything by it.
Well, and like,
Yeah.
here's the thing: we like in this basement.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff that's been said in jest.
Oh, yeah.
That we like. I think we've brought this up before. We toned down this podcast for everybody.
Yeah.
Like we all kind of like.
This isn't even us at our most
Right,
evil.
and we're evil on this show, but like we're on our P's and Q's for the most part
Yeah.
here. Like we're trying very hard to be.
we do throw out a lot, and I think with the intention of flustering one another.
Exactly,
and
that's exactly
especially
what it is.
flustering
Especially
you, Dave.
Yeah, especially Dave in particular, because it's really easy to get you flustered.
yeah,
Yeah.
just turn all red
It
faced
used to be.
Dragowski.
It used to be easier, but I think we've broken you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
It's my influence.
the
When
thing.
you guys aren't here, I just whisper horrible epithets into his ears.
and that's
I've worn
and
him
that's
down.
why I don't sleep.
That's why he wakes up mumbling epithets.
That's my life.
and that's the thing. Like we do know and are aware that those things that we say in private, we do fully recognize those are offensive and those are wrong.
And
Yeah.
not really what we believe. It's just
No.
we're just being bad people. But yeah, like we,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it's not just limited to any one group of people.
Sure.
It's for
we discriminate equally.
right.
You know, yeah.
You poor
Equal
fuck.
opportunity assholes.
The
Did I ever tell you guys about so my family's Polish and my grandpa is very Polish. And when my dad
Highly
started he's
Polish.
highly
He's
Polish.
Dangerously
He's always
Polish.
eating halushkis.
He's got an organ grinder box and a pet monkey.
He actually doesn't walk. He just polkas everywhere he goes.
he's got like little bike horns on the bottom of his shoes that go.
Dangerously Polish.
This summer.
Dangerously Polish.
So anyway, about how Polish he is.
How Polish is he? When my dad went to his first family dinner at my mom's house when they were first dating, he didn't know that my grandpa was Polish. He assumed he was Italian because my grandpa was like a darker, like olive
like that
skin
swarthy-
tone man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Ruddy.
know where that comes from.
There's
Cocksure.
the
But we're
dark
not
Polish
Italian.
and the light Polish.
Yeah, so my dad is at the dinner table and he starts throwing out Polish jokes, and the whole family kind of freezes. And then my grandpa starts throwing out worse Polish jokes, and everything calms down. But
Yeah.
after dinner, my mom takes my dad aside and goes, "You know we're Polish, right?" Like,
Here's the thing. I want that America back.
Yeah.
I want that America back.
When-
it's like
where you can-
we're at least not afraid of each other.
Right.
When everyone can be assured of everyone else's good humor
Yeah.
and laugh at one another and laugh at ourselves,
Yeah.
that's when you know everyone is pretty damn close to equal.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, if you tell a joke and it offends someone in the group, and you think it's okay to go there, and that it's not okay, the proper response is not like fuck you.
Yeah.
Proper response is I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah.
I really didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
joking.
Yeah,
Trying to be kind.
don't get combative if you genuinely offend someone, but also don't be an asshole.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. That's it. Don't be an asshole.
That's it?
Well, also,
Yeah,
make everyone cupcakes on Sundays.
that's it.
That's it.
Well, also run around just try to give everyone a little pat on the back every now and then.
That's
Oh
it.
my god. we have to move
Yes,
on.
we do.
Yeah.
Yes. Who else is?
Christy, why are we fucked?
Really, it goes right back to that don't be an asshole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh boy.
Hey,
We're fucked. I'm fucked because every day I go to work and every day I'm worn down and I'm just a shade of my former self.
Yeah,
Because
you go into the
people
rock
can't seriously, people can't treat other people like human beings. If you work behind a counter, if you work retail, you're an automaton and you're not a person.
Yeah.
And
you're a shopkeeper
for example,
in an RPG.
Exactly. For example, I am actively working on an issue and trying to solve a problem for the person standing in front of me. It's taking longer than 2 seconds. And so,
God
as
forbid.
I am multitasking, seriously, man, as I'm multitasking and talking to her while she's talking at me while I'm trying to solve the problem.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Don't make small
I'm-
talk when I'm trying to fix
I'm
your
trying
issue.
to fix this. This is how I type on my computer, guys. I just
Just jazz
waving her
hands.
arms.
You got like 7 of them. You got like a whole hacker battle station.
She's like
just
doing the
set up.
wave
There's
by
just
herself.
like numbers going in front of my eye. As I'm trying to solve this problem, this person is talking at me. She goes, "Well, maybe I should just take this somewhere else."
Maybe. Get the
And-
fuck out of here.
Maybe, but I've got your pills right here.
Yeah, and it's the end of my day, and so a part of me just wants to be like, "Do it."
Go. Get out.
Like, fuck
But-
off.
I have your diarrhea pills right here, Gladys. You want to fucking wait, or you want to hit the road and get the runs halfway to the fucking Rite Aid?
But
You want to shit your pants? Because you can shit your pants.
I
I'll
looked
let
at
you.
her like she literally
Gladys.
stepped up 2 minutes ahead of this.
Yeah.
Dropped off refills. Hers wasn't going through. I noticed it was an issue. I actively start addressing it. I'm trying to fix it. And she threatens to leave
Yeah.
and go somewhere else.
Misdirected
But
anger.
here's the thing. I wasn't ignoring her. I wasn't being rude to her. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing my job, and I was going out of my way to help her and
Yeah.
explain what was going on. And I let her know, I'm like, well, that's not really going to solve this issue. The thing is, you have this insurance card, and unfortunately, a lot of times, they don't put the way it needs to be entered in the system, they don't put it that way on the card.
Right.
So it's an elaborate guessing game that I
Yeah.
just have to figure out. If you don't feel like standing there, I get it. You can go away.
But you're gonna
I'll
have that
take a
problem.
copy of your card and I'll figure it out for you. Come back in 20 minutes. But someone's going to have to figure this out. It's going to be me or it's going to be wherever you take it to, and they're probably not going to be as nice to you about it.
There's a Chipotle right over there. Get a burrito, stuff it in your fucking cake hole, and wait.
But this is
Sit on your fat
a
osteoporosis ass.
this is a billion times a day.
Yeah, sure.
Where because I'm doing my job and responding to what my 1 billion trying to say.
Sorry. Mickey.
And I'm petting a white cat right now.
Yeah.
In doing what I have to do as my job, I get bitched at and treated like shit for no reason.
Yeah.
And mind you, there are perfectly lovely customers who are great human beings
I'm
who
one of
treat me well. Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Who treat me well. Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I come in and just hog loogies over your counter.
He just comes in and just,
Give me my bills.
he just looks like a cat and he straight arms everything off the counter.
Where's my fucking Benadryl?
And then when someone calls him out on it, he lifts up his shirt and there's a tattoo on his love handle saying, "Only God can judge me."
And 2 of those words are misspelled.
Only-
Jugde.
Only God can judge me.
I don't want to be judged by no one else.
No. Only God, Ajubi.
Oh, now I want to jus.
God,
Just a bucket
This
of
is so
Aju.
fat.
oh, Jules.
Let me just say, my dad loves
the
you guys.
perfect day.
I love your dad.
Yeah, dad does. He told me, he's like, I'm trying to do as many surveys as
You
possible.
take a
We appreciate
Yeah, yeah.
We
Dad
appreciate that.
and make it better. I've never met your dad.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to meet your dad.
Papa Drug. Yeah. Or Papa Drug. That's your dad.
Oh my God, your dad's my dad?
Wow.
Are we brothers?
Hi, son.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, you guys, everyone thinks you're brothers.
I can't wait to get on a rough and tumble with you
Oh
later.
man, I can't wait for Christmas.
Well, son, you should really introduce me to your friend Stan. He sounds like an interesting fella.
Well, no problem, Dad. I will. What? Dad, I love you so much.
I love you too. It's so nice of you to say that to me.
We should go out fishing later.
Of course we should. I love fishing and I love my boy. But anyway, the moral of this story, though, of course, is that if any issue arises at any point in the process,
If any au jus arrives.
from doctor to pharmacist to customer, from corporate to management to middle management to front desk to customer, it is always the person behind the desk who is at fault.
Of course.
Absolutely. It's always a person right in front of you. And I get that instinct. And I do my best to be a sympathetic and empathetic person because I work at a pharmacy and I deal with sick people.
You are
and
the-
those
Sure.
people don't feel good.
Right.
I get it.
You are the nearest face to which people can vent their frustrations
Sure.
about
Right.
big pharma and Obama and Obamacare and
there's nothing better than that feeling when someone is super pissed off and frustrated and possibly there was an issue that someone else I work with caused and
Yeah.
then this person comes in and they're mad at me
yeah.
because I'm there and I'm able to diffuse the situation and go,
It's
listen,
great. It's a good feeling.
this is messed up. I'm gonna fix it for you.
Yeah, get a little closer to the mic. I'm sorry. I want to hear you better.
I didn't know what this meant.
Just like making like boat signals at you, like you're supposed to know what I mean. Pass interference.
But
Sorry.
I've been able to win people over by just looking at them and going, yeah,
sorry.
this is messed up. I'm going to fix it for you. Hang in there with me. I know you're frustrated, but we're going to get through this. And then, like, we both cry, and it's fine.
Yeah.
We shake hands,
It's totally fine.
and we're friends now.
Wow.
The best moment of my retail career, I had this lady on the phone that I didn't screw it up. Nobody at the store screwed it up.
Yeah.
And they just dumped this issue to me because I was the only one there for appliances and nobody wanted to fix it. And it was an issue that I didn't mess up, and I was just trying to. What are you doing?
I'm just feeling my head.
Patting your weave?
No, sorry. Just touching my head.
But
Feels
yeah.
nice.
But no, she
Feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
But she like she's on the phone and she's screaming at me and she's swearing at me, and I was like, "Do you want my help?" And she said,
I remember this.
She said, "What?" I said, "Do you want my help or not?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Excuse me?" I said, "I'm asking you if you want my help because I didn't cause this. Nobody in this store caused this, and this got dumped on my desk. I'm willing to help you and I'm willing to be nice to you, but you have to be nice to me.
Right.
If not, I'm going to hang up the phone, and I can assure you, no one else here knows how to fix this problem. You will have to wait for someone to handle it."
Sick burn, bro.
Yeah. And she's like immediately settled down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you need to be firm with people.
Yeah.
And you just need to tell them
Let
how
them-
it is,
let
and
it-
they'll
right.
calm down.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been fortunate enough to not have experiences in retail or,
Yeah.
or working directly with
Don't
the
do it.
general public like that.
General
but
public.
private parts. But from what I understand, it's there's this overarching culture of like the customer is always right, and if you
They're not.
taught the point being like you're discouraged from kind of doing stuff like that where you
Yeah.
kind of talk some sense into a customer.
I'm good until you start swearing at me.
And you're not, like
And then we're done.
That's the thing. You should never be a doormat for anyone.
Right.
My
you know?
boss lately has been a lot more like just calling people out on
Yeah,
stuff. I don't know
sure.
what's gotten into him in the last few days, but it's really fun to witness.
Maybe that's his
He-
New Year's resolution.
Maybe he told someone the other day, like he witnessed an interaction at the counter and walked up and was like, "Do you treat the last pharmacy you went to? Do you treat the girls over there like that?"
Yeah. Good.
He's like, "You're being rude.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're coming off kind of rude." Or
Yeah.
I understand you're frustrated, but we didn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
He like shut him down, and the guy was like, I guess I am a little frustrated. I'm sorry." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Fine." The
That's the thing
guy's
is,
fine now.
90% of these people, that's how they'll react because they're honestly not. We're breaking the social fabric the way we live now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
actually not used to now treating people in a way unlike we treat people online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the thing. Like people don't go in there and they expect there to be a doormat. They expect there to be a punching bag. And when they're called out on it and
Yeah.
told to act like adults, they
back down
They
most
don't
of
know
the
what
time.
else to do. Yeah.
And there's the thing, and I know we're running along, so we're gonna.
I actually don't give a shit if we run long.
yeah, I don't care either. Actually,
Fuck
fuck
it.
it. Who cares?
I don't want
But,
to rush this. We're having a good conversation.
But no, I had a guy who came in, and it was the same. I didn't do it. It was nobody's fault at the store. It was really nobody's fault anywhere. It was just a thing that happened. We could the thing that he ordered couldn't come in because the company that makes it didn't have it ready.
Yeah.
Like it was a special order thing. They had to build it for him to have it come in, and he couldn't have it come in. And he came in and he was like, "I need to have it by this day." And I said, "I'm sorry, I can't make that happen because they're building it for you, and it's not going to be ready by then." And he just came in and he was like, went off on me, and I was like, "All right, man, all right, you know."
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me, I'll see what I can do, and I'm trying to work on the thing. And he came over and he put his hand on my shoulder. He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like,
Aw.
he said, "My mom just died. It was like right before Thanksgiving. He's like, my mom just died. I got family coming in for the funeral. I got family coming in for Thanksgiving. I'm just a little frustrated."
yeah.
And I'm like, "That's all right, man. Like, we'll get it taken care
That's
of.
okay,
Don't worry, we'll
but can you
figure it
back
out."
off my sack anyway?
Yeah. That's okay, but get your
Climb
fucking
down out of
hand
my
off
ass.
me, you plebeian.
I mean, that's all right, but it's a little weird that you're tickling my balls while you say it.
Wait, is it?
I'm fine with this.
That's it?
That's it? You gonna give me a little touch?
Once you put a pinky at my ass, that's a little too far. That's too much.
All right.
I mean, first knuckle or second knuckle?
Second
Yeah,
knuckle.
let's- yeah.
You gotta go second knuckle on the first date.
Yeah, you're not counting knuckles on my head going,
You're not dipping a toe into the pool here. You're putting a finger in someone's
Can't get the
asshole.
prostate with one knuckle.
Now, if their toe is in her ass,
I don't
they're
know if
just
you're gonna reach
super
with a pinky.
flexible.
I don't know where the prostate is.
studying my pinky and I'm
I'll
not
report
liking
back to you
this.
guys later.
Did you say you don't know where the prostate is?
I know where it's at. I just don't know how many knuckles it takes to get there.
Approximately the same number as the licks it takes to get to the middle of the Tootsie Pop.
Right.
That's too many knuckles.
That's way too many knuckles.
That's like
too many
thousands of knuckles.
It's
That's
like,
a really big finger.
Speaking of which, rest in peace, Uganda.
Like
Knuckles
4
mean.
knuckles?
Yeah.
There are too many knuckles.
You know the way. Yeah,
I'm sick to fucking death of that
Yeah.
meme.
Well, it's over. Here's the thing: memes are dead in 3 days now.
Yeah.
So. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Ben, why are
I knew
we
you were gonna
fucked?
do it. No, you telegraphed it too hard. I
did,
saw
I
it.
did. All right. I got
We
you.
are
Actually, Dave, why are we fucked?
motherfucker.
I'm kidding. You started. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I've got one reason why we as a country are fucked, and for once it doesn't really have to do with politics, but it's probably going to be just as divisive. And the other is not so much why I'm fucked, but why I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
Aw,
You're not mad.
Oh, buddy.
You're just
It's okay,
disappointed.
buddy.
buddy, we
It's
love
all
you.
right, buddy.
We love you.
We love you.
Well, no. I mean, once you hear it, it's not like a major life crisis or anything. I'm
Major life crisis.
That's good.
That joke is not going to make sense to anyone without
Oh, the
visual.
salute. Yeah.
We salute when we say
It's a
it.
major
Now it does.
major life crisis.
Major life crisis. Colonel stuck in my teeth.
Anyone who's seen How I Met Your Mother knows.
Yeah. Corporal punishment.
Yeah, right.
No, so both of these have to do with the recent Super Bowl in which the Philadelphia Eagles defeated the New England Patriots.
The worst
Unbelievable.
sports team in the country beats the worst sports fans in the country defeat the most
Evilest.
annoying
Well-
team in the country.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for mentioning the fans because the reason I'm fucked, or at the very least, why I'm a little disappointed in myself, is because I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
Yeah.
Half of my hockey discourse is about how much of a trash city Philadelphia
Yeah,
is.
and they are. I'm a Bruins fan, and I can back you up.
I used to work in Pittsburgh, and I worked doing a job where I had to occasionally talk to people on the phone who were from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
horrible.
were all assholes to me.
Horrible
And I'm
people.
not even
Yeah.
from Pittsburgh. They didn't know
Yeah.
that. Anytime there was a Philly-Pittsburgh game and Philly was winning, they're like, what about that game? And I'm like, fuck you. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah,
I
like,
got
I don't
no
give a
stake in
fuck.
this.
But anyway, the point being, it was weird for me to find myself rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles,
Right.
Because I hate the Patriots that much.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I guess more specifically, I hate Tom Brady that much.
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem. I've got a few problems with Gronk. I don't really have any problems with like Edelman or
Or
Amendola
Belichick for that
or
matter.
Belichick.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know. I heard what you were saying about Belichick.
And his
that
fat
night.
little. That's from a
Fat
place.
little boobies.
That's from a place of love because I want Belichick to be my coach.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
he constantly looks like he's hatching some scheme to catch Dennis the Menace in the act.
I thought you were going to say
That's
hatching
accurate.
an egg.
Well, that too.
That's also
He
accurate.
just looks like he's got an egg halfway out his asshole and halfway in.
Yeah, he's got a very perpetual grumpy face. He looks like just Walter Matthau completely gave up on life and
Implying
became
he
a
didn't.
professional football coach. Would you say
But-
he's
but
the
even
grumpy
harder.
cat of sports coaches?
Well, they're all grumpy cats. All of them.
but yeah. So anyway, I rooted for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it felt weird doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially after they won and they burned the city.
Well, you just spoiled my point here.
Sorry.
But let me.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Let's give that to you.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that though, because that is ultimately my point. I was happy the night they won, and I was like, I'm really glad they pulled it off. I'm really glad they've won their first Super Bowl in like 40 years.
Sure.
And then I wake up the next morning to find that the following situation has unfolded. Philadelphians wake up at the crack of noon on Monday morning,
Yeah.
brush their teeth, drink their first couple morning Yinglings, and then proceed to obliterate the city of Philadelphia. And now I'm questioning why the hell did I root for either team? I'm very glad I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
You didn't miss anything.
No,
I thought it was a great game. I disagree.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a good game. It's just I don't know why I felt like I had to root for one team or another.
You didn't.
Because I don't like Philadelphia and I hate Tom Brady. So
Yeah.
it ultimately puts me in a position of why would I watch the fucking Super Bowl?
Your struggle was the exact same that mine was because I said before the game, I said, if a bomb hit the stadium or if they somehow found a way to tie it, it
Yeah.
wouldn't matter to me because I don't care. I hate Phil, and not just because of the Flyers, but like because the Eagles fans like threw rocks at people and like paralyzed a
Yeah.
guy before. Like that's a horrible city.
Philadelphia sports fans are just the worst.
They're the worst. And like we're from Cleveland. Cleveland sports fans are not great.
Dude, no, they're not.
We don't have the energy to burn the city of Cleveland down.
Sure.
When the Cavs won, we had a nice parade. Everyone got drunk and went home the Ohio way.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to a Browns, Steelers game once.
Oh, God.
And intentionally wore nothing to show my allegiance.
Yeah.
Had nothing written on my car. Driving through the parking lot, And I have Ohio plates at this point.
Yeah.
Driving through the parking lot, a drunk Cleveland fan makes me like roll my window down, is like in my way, makes me roll my window down, is trying to get me to admit who I'm there to see. And I'm like, I'm just here to see the game.
I'm here to see the referees.
And and proceeds
Good way to make both sides hate you.
to rub his butt on my car door. And I don't even have that car anymore, and I'm still not okay with it.
Wow.
Still pissed at this guy, and it was fucking cold, and I won those tickets, and it still fucking wasn't worth it.
Yeah, my point is I disappointed myself rooting for a Philadelphia team. I wake up, I see the news about Philadelphia burning probably the hardest it's burned since the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, why did I bother?
You didn't.
What the hell was
know,
I thinking?
But really, think about it.
Putting my stake in one team or another, because they're both terrible.
There's no lose here. You get to see Tom Brady sad, and you get to see Philadelphia burn to the ground. What are you sorry for?
Yeah, just
Yeah, you get justification for why you hate Philly so much.
You get,
And
you
you
get everything you
got
want.
to see the Patriots not win.
Sure. Well, let me just say this. Fuck the Liberty Bell. fuck
Shitty Bell's got a fucking crack at it.
Fuck Ben Franklin and
fuck
his
Ben
fat
Franklin.
butt.
Fuck Rocky.
Oh, don't say
Fuck
that.
Rocky. Fuck
I'd
I don't
fuck
know.
Rocky.
Fuck the Phillies, the fucking no championship having.
Fuck the Philly Fanatic. What the fuck kind of mascot is the
That
Philly
fat
Fanatic?
Hubert looking dickhead.
Fuck the
What the fuck is it? Yeah, Hubert.
He looks like
yeah.
Hubert. That's all he looks like.
good on every goalie who's ever played for Philadelphia, and fuck the fans who boo them all the time.
Except Ilya Brizkov.
Except Briz.
Briz. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Don't fuck Briz.
Briz. Oh, yeah,
Breeze.
Briz. Breeze.
Because Philly already fucked him hard enough.
Yes, they
Didn't
did.
order this.
I'm not ordered this.
But the other reason we're fucked, this is more on a national level, is because there's a significant number of people who see Tom Brady on the TV and just whip it out and start jacking it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the GOAT!
you don't?
The GOAT! They hate us because they ain't us.
He's not.
You don't?
He's not Joe Montana.
Yeah.
No,
For
he's no Joe
example,
Montana.
He's not Joe Montana.
Before the actual Super Bowl, there was like an interview with like fans on either side. And one was like a 99-year-old dude
Yeah.
who has been waiting for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl his whole freaking life.
Yeah.
Eagles
He was
fly.
very
He
sweet.
had
He was at
hours
the
left.
game.
You could tell it was.
Yeah, it was like any minute he's gonna go. And the Patriots fan is also like an older lady, and her reason for wanting the Patriots to win was, oh god, what's fucker's name
Tom
again?
Brady.
Tom Brady.
I care about him that little. She's like, Tom Brady's such a good role model, and he's so handsome. And
Throw up
from
in my
that,
mouth.
From that, I went, I'm rooting for the Eagles.
The dude who cheats his way to a Super Bowl
Right,
and supports a white supremacist president is a good role model.
Yeah.
Can I give you another reason to be weirded out by Tom
Well-
Brady? I'll give it to you later.
Allow it.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if this is related or not. Did you see that mattress commercial that he was in? It's not new.
Yeah.
They were recently talking about this on my
Where
brother,
it's like
my
in a
brother and me.
fucking vault.
Yeah, this is not my original story. My brother and me were talking about this recently, but it was an ad that is now pulled from the Serta or Sleep Number or whatever people made it. Right? Tom Brady walks into a
I
hotel.
feel like it was Serta.
He was one of these people, and the guy behind the counter says, "Mr. Brady, we've been waiting for you," and he walks him down the hall.
Gives him a knowing nod.
Yeah, there's a slow motion walk in this luxurious hotel, and they go into this hidden chamber, and they go behind a spinning door, and then they go down in an elevator, and it's all set up to be really ominous almost.
Yeah.
They go down to the basement with this weird 3-prong key, and they open the door, and inside is just this mattress.
But you're expecting like some BDSM shit.
Yeah, that's the
right?
thing.
Right.
Every-
He's gonna put on a mask and drop trout.
Every part
He's
of
got
it.
a ball gag in.
The joke is now definitely Tom Brady's gonna fuck that mattress and fuck it good.
No, that mattress is gonna fuck Tom Brady and put him in his place.
The thing
Yeah.
is, the
Two
weirdest
knuckles deep.
Two, you say.
Two.
the
To
weirdest
shreds, you say.
To shreds, you say.
The weirdest part to me is that the mattress has no sheets, no blankets, and no pillows on it. And the guy says, "Mr. Brady, will
Just
you need
like in
something
his
else?" I'm sure, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't have it in his house. But the guy says, "Mr. Brady, will you need something else?" And he goes, "No, nothing at all." And it's like, You could use a pillow.
Yeah. Stop being creepy. Also, put a sheet down. It's not for you. It's for the people who have to sleep there after you, you asshole.
But see, here's the thing, though. The commercial ends with him standing there looking at it. Nothing there implies he's going to sleep in it. Maybe he just wants to look at it. Maybe he's got some weird mattress fetish we don't know about.
Maybe he just jerks off on the mattress and
Mattress fetish.
Maybe his father was murdered by a mattress and he's taking his revenge.
Yeah.
Leaves his Brady gravy all over the place.
The Brady gravy.
So,
Right? High
You know what I'm
five.
talking about?
No, don't high five that.
Woo, talking about the Brady gravy.
I don't like that.
Brady gravy.
You're the one.
so
It sounded like Robert Ducky.
You make bedtime so much fun.
So here's the thing. I
sorry.
I hate Tom Brady's cheating, Trump supporting
Triggered.
ass. I hate his fucking dopey, vacant, young teenage boy face. I don't like him. He's a smug, cocky little prick.
Yeah.
And
He's the bad guy in the romantic comedy.
Let me give you another reason to hate him. He played at Michigan.
okay, did he really?
Reminder,
Fuck him.
we're all from Ohio.
Yeah.
But the biggest reason, and this goes back to why I don't think he should be a role model. The dude didn't shake Nick Foles' hand at the end of the fucking Super Bowl.
Anybody's hand. He didn't shake. He walked off the
stormed
field
off to the fucking locker room
and
like
hugged his supermodel wife that he's out. You know what I
like
mean?
the
I
big
did not know that.
the
Well,
big
first he cried.
the big
He sat
fat
down and cried.
pissy crybaby that he is. He fucking stormed off the field in a huff because someone else took his ball and scored with it more times than he did. Get the fuck over yourself, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
you
And here's the
fucking
thing: it's okay
prick.
to be upset. You didn't get what you wanted. It's
Right.
okay to cry.
It's hard to
You
lose the Super
won
Bowl.
the Super Bowl 5 fucking times.
But
Yeah.
And now Philly did slightly better than you and won it. Congratulate those fuckers. They're probably never going to do it again.
Barely. Let me just say barely, because the Patriots probably should have won that game.
Sure.
They really should have.
The alleged GOAT can't even fucking be a good sport. This is what
More
I
like an ass, right?
Yada da 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 da.
more
I'm
like
I'm not
a
laughing
pissy
at that.
little crybaby.
I'm not giving you that.
Yeah, whatever. I don't need you. I got these guys. I'm gonna fight.
But this
Story of our relationship.
But this is what I mean about the role model thing. If you're gonna sell all these fucking Brady jerseys to little kids, if little kids are gonna grow up trying to be you, you should congratulate your opponent on a game well played, and you should act like a grown fucking adult.
Yeah.
And the fact that so many people fucking idolize this guy who time and again has proven he is maybe the poorest sport in professional athleticism. It's appalling, and I hate that people do it.
My favorite tradition in sports
He
is
puts up okay numbers, right? He puts up pretty
he's
good
pretty good.
numbers.
He's
really-
good.
Very good
He's
numbers.
good, but he's not.
He's at least
he's not.
He's a shit human being.
He's not a sportsman.
yeah, he's at least top 3 as far as stats go. Well, my favorite,
I mean, Raymond Bork.
the Raymond Bork was so good that his team traded him so he could win a Stanley Cup,
He didn't win a Stanley Cup for 21 goddamn seasons.
and then didn't want to leave Boston.
Did he cry himself and piss his little baby diaper because he didn't win a Stanley Cup? No, he went and he won that fucking cup.
Yeah.
He did, and he didn't want to. He went to the year he knew he was going to retire that year. I'm going to get all Boston on you. Because Ray Bork is a
All
hero.
right. Hey, promise to talk for like 2 minutes because I gotta piss.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you grab me another beer?
Oh yeah, go
sure.
get some community beers
I'll
while
do
you're
that.
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Community
Ray
beers.
Bork, I'm a Boston fan. Again, this is going to be long. This might be the
About my
longest
life.
3-dude cast ever, and I hope that's okay with everybody.
It's fine.
That's cool with me, man.
But
I'll probably never be on it again because of my schedule, so let's relish.
yeah, let's get into it. But no, I'm a Bruins fan, so Ray Bork is a hero to Boston. And he went to the GM the year he retired, which was 2000 or 2001, and he said, I want to win a cup. And
from retired from Boston.
Yeah, well,
because he won the cup in 2002.
yeah, well, he won, but I'm like the year that it was the year before, and he said, I want to
Yeah.
win a cup, and the GM said, it's not going to happen for Boston this year. Your best chance is to do it in Colorado. They're set up for the Cup.
Yeah.
And he did not want to leave Boston.
No, I wouldn't either. After 21 fucking seasons,
He like refused to leave, and they made the call without him, and they said, no, we're gonna send you there because you deserve it. This is like, it's like he's a hero. Everybody in Boston went crazy.
And after those 21 seasons, again, the reason why this is considered one of the best moments in hockey history is because he throughout the league, everyone knew him as a great
a good guy.
You know,
Joel Sakic handing Ray Bourque the Stanley Cup is like, if it doesn't get to you, you know what I mean, then you just either don't know anything about sports or you just have no soul.
It's always captain's honor. Captain always hoists the cup first before anyone else. He just takes it from Bettman, hands it right to Bourque.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, like, and he's a hero. And the thing that gets me the most as a Boston fan is that he didn't want to leave. He like was he said, nah, never mind. You know, he refused to leave, and they just made the call without him so he could have that.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that's sportsmanship. My favorite tradition in sports is at the end of every Stanley Cup playoff and at the final, the team that loses waits on the ice while the team that wins celebrates and then stands on a line and shakes everybody's hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's important. It's fucking important.
The handshake line is one of the most important things in hockey.
Yes.
In any sport.
Yeah.
When I was a kid growing up, I was not great at sports, but I played a lot of soccer and some other sports. But after every freaking game, doesn't matter how pissed you are, doesn't matter how shitty the other team was, doesn't matter how much you got screwed over, you stand there and you shake the other people's hands because it's a game. Because you all showed up and you did what you could.
At the end of every Super Bowl, the quarterbacks always go up, shake hands, trade compliments. They congratulate each other on a good game. Brady refused to do this because he was having a little bitch fit.
Even Cam Newton, who like was famously whiny at the end of the Super Bowl, shook Peyton Manning's fucking hand at the end of it.
Like, it's just something. It's you. Yeah, losing the Super Bowl sucks, but you're Tom Brady and you've won 5. The least you could do is shake Nick Foles' fucking hand.
Right. It's frustrating.
The fact that people idolize this fucking man-child is fucking beyond me, and it's why why
ultimately
we as a country are fucked. We have the wrong people as idols.
Yeah,
exactly. It is frustrating. We use sports as an allegory. They don't hold up to what they should.
No.
Davey.
All right, Dave. We're going to move on. And we'll see you guys after the break. All right, why are we fucked, Dave?
It's been 4 weeks. No sign of the McDouble. Not coming back.
Let me fucking tell you today. All right.
We need a McDouble watch theme, like a hard hitting.
Dave's McDouble watch segment. I'm totally gonna do this for the next forever.
We go now live to Wolf Blitzer in the McDouble Situation Room. Wolf.
Thanks, guys. We're standing outside of the Manhattan McDonald's. The 5th and 42nd.
Let me just tell you, I was in line at McDonald's today.
5th and 42nd is Times Square.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is a McDonald's there.
It probably is.
It's no different from any other McDonald's.
Yeah, it's just McDonald's. But we were gonna go out to lunch with Dad, and Trisha and I had some stuff to do this morning, so like we had to get plates for a car and we had some errands to run, and we went in line at McDonald's to get. I'm like, do you want to? I said, do you want to get a McDouble? And she's like, oh yeah, let's until we go out to lunch. And I got in line, and I got 3 cars up, and I was 1 car away from ordering, and I went, oh wait, they got rid of the McDouble.
No,
I was so angry, and I'm like, nah, fuck it. I just pulled out. I just left.
Yes. I went to McDonald's today too for the first time since they got rid of the McDouble.
I mean, I've been screaming about this.
My go-to has been for a long time the McDouble meal because I want me some French fries and I want me a drink, but I want a teeny tiny burger and it's just enough food for my little baby belly
to fit in your little tiny mouth.
It's such a tiny mouth. You guys can't see, but when I do that, I make my mouth really tiny.
We love Doritos.
Wait, guys, wait for it. Tuna Mouse says big words. So that's Tiny Mouse catchphrase.
The silliest character ever. Oh man, if you ever find a way to use that, like,
I don't know.
I'd be so happy.
We'll figure it out.
Tiny Mouth is gonna take off.
Top of the charts. I'm gonna sing a pop song as Tiny Mouth and then just blow up.
You're gonna make it to
Anyway.
number one on the tiny charts.
Stop coming.
That's almost Bob Dylan.
Live for fun.
It makes sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb.
That's a good impression.
Dumb. 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 It's dumb. Your head gets dumb.
Dylan's.
Dylan.
Easy.
I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, so
I'd like to restore this meeting to order.
I decided to still persist and go to McDonald's today, but I was not happy about
No,
it.
it sucks. It's fucking garbage.
That's not the real reason we're fucked, by the way.
no,
I just
that is why we're fucked.
it's still continuing, and we're definitely fucked
I am
because of it.
continually fucked by not having a McDouble
I
in my
miss it.
fat face.
You know what?
So why are we fucked?
The reason I'm fucked is that it's taken me like a solid month of throwing almost all of my paychecks at my bills to finally make them go away.
Yay!
And I'm just
That's
about
a thing.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
But I'm now down to like $20. Like my last measly little $20, getting all my overdue bills caught up.
You want
Well,
to
it
you
makes
want to get a
sense why
pizza?
you're sad about that McDouble.
Yeah, right.
It's like
It's $1.
$2 for a meal.
You could eat for like 2 weeks.
Yes.
Like-
I just need a $1 sandwich in my life.
Right.
A $1 burger.
and a
it's
dollar
gone.
regular burger isn't
Ain't cutting
enough.
it.
A McDouble
Ain't
is.
cutting
though.
No, there's barely anything in the regular
Yeah.
burger.
But
You could pay like twice as much and get 5 times the burger at Wendy's.
I need
Yeah.
to tweet at McDonald's and
Yeah.
let them know my dissatisfaction.
Why don't you give him the Roger Goodell treatment?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he wished he'd break his collar.
What did I? What exactly did I say to? I tweeted Roger Goodell
Change the
during the
pass
Super Bowl.
rule, you fat.
I think I said something like Goodell, you fat fuck. Change the catch rule.
Yeah, that's it. Change the catch rule, and then wished that he would
Break his collar.
Yeah. Which is
little
like
extreme. It's like 0 to
the thing is,
60.
it's like it's kind of extreme to wish anyone harm, but at the same time, it's like very specific.
Yeah.
But
Of all the bones, I want you to break the one that is most painful.
and of course the most obvious point is that Roger Goodell absolutely deserves it.
Yeah.
It's usually not right to wish harm on someone,
fat
but
piece
when the
of shit.
person you're wishing harm to deserves to be harmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
So anyway, it's sort of like this is why I'm fucked, but also I'm also finally out from under something that has taken me like over a month to get ahead of.
My dick.
Let,
your mom.
You know what I'm
Let
talking
us-
about?
let us take this moment to
Yeah.
acknowledge the one thing that has been helping you get out from under the debt.
Oh yeah, this would be my 11th week without cigarettes.
Selling drugs.
Selling pot.
Your 11th week.
11th
Yeah.
week.
Congratulations.
Coming up on 3
Congratulations.
months.
He told me-
What?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Conglomerations.
Yep.
Conflagrations.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
He looked at me
That's
the other
about
day
3
and
weeks now, or 3
when we were
months.
discussing bills,
Coagulations.
Thank you.
and he looked at me and said he acknowledged that it was because he
Yeah.
quit smoking.
Yeah.
Right, that's
It's
$300
so
bucks a
much
month.
money.
Just going out the door. I was spending $300
Yeah.
bucks a month on smokes.
Dave, I gotta ask you, are we recording on the correct microphones?
Yes, we are. I'm
Okay.
certain of it. I checked beforehand.
Okay.
I know. Here, watch the little boop doop.
Boop, boop, boop.
See?
It's like
Yeah.
a heart monitor, but it's for sound.
Yeah. What would you call that?
An ultrasound.
It's like some
I
kind
call
of
it a boop doop monitor,
some
but I
kind
don't know
of
what
like
you call it.
mega auditory thing.
Yeah, just look
A,
at the beeps and the boops.
or perhaps even smaller, like a much
a micro?
smaller auditory. Yeah, almost a micro sound picky uppy thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why I'm fucked, but why I'm about to not be fucked very soon. So I'm super excited.
Good
about
for
that.
you, man. I am not out of debt.
Oh.
And yeah,
Well, I'm still in debt.
the
Like
walls
a lot
are
of it.
Yeah, the walls are crushing in around me, and I'm losing my breath. So,
Yeah, I wake up in panic every morning.
congratulations to you, man. It's good for you, though.
But maybe
This seems like a really good time to brag about the fact that I just paid my car off.
Woo! You know
Now
what
that
you
you're
gotta
in
do?
crushing debt.
You got to get another car.
You gotta
know.
crash that one into a tree.
Get another one.
Gotta
You know,
crash that car.
My
Gotta
car's
get that
been
meat.
my car's been rear-ended several times. I've never been in it when it's
That's pretty
happened.
hot.
So I'm pretty sexy. So I've got a good track record so far with it. I want to not be in debt, and it's never gonna happen.
Nah, you're doing good. You're
I'm doing
good.
okay, but
doing-
it's
yeah.
never gonna happen.
It's just you just have to chug along until the debt's paid off, or you die, which I guess is what we're all doing.
I have a
Well-
trajectory of like 18 more years, and if I just keep paying what I'm paying on my loans, they'll just forgive them. They'll just forget about them.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that.
Yeah.
Just 20 more, 18 more years, guys.
There you go.
This has been a fully hour-long opening.
Oh, wow.
segment.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
The
No, it's
longest,
good. Whatever.
This is
Fuck
the
it. Who
longest
cares?
opener we have ever had.
Who cares? Whatever.
All right.
I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's
Three
good.
juice
Hey.
deluxe.
But I'm not loving it.
I'm not.
You're not loving it. No.
I'm not here to hang out with my
know what
friends
you need?
and talk on a podcast. I am here to set podcast records.
Do you know what's supremely better than the McDouble? A Burger King double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You need to join the dark side. That
Oh,
flame broiled.
That
Oh, I like a.
that motherfucking
Yes.
Bacon King.
That's what I'm
with
talking
a,
about.
With a big helping of mayonnaise.
Burger King is fucking crushing.
I
it.
almost
better.
just said I
Way
like
better.
a double king.
Yeah. Even
I
the
like a
fries.
double king.
Even the
Double
fries.
King.
Double King.
The fries are growing on me because the last
Great
85 times I've gone to McDonald's, my fries are cold.
Yeah.
Never cold at Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh, I had some real good fries today
Oh
at
man.
McDonald's.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
When I was done, my fingers were just coated in salt,
Yeah.
and I went.
Listening.
This is disgusting. Let me wipe them on my car seat.
That,
Yeah.
that moment when you finish a fast food meal and you look at your glistening hand like it's like
Proud.
there's blood on it, like you murdered something.
What have I done?
My God, what have I done?
And you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done?
I remember what it
This
was
is
like to
not
be a
my
normal
beautiful life.
person.
This is not my beautiful McDouble.
Without the stains of my sins coating my hands.
All right.
Let's call it.
On that note, we will be back with the joke of the week and then the main topic, which I still don't know what that is, but I'll let you know when we get there.
But
Have
might be
you
him.
caressed the cheek of your lover with grease-stained hands? Believe me, in a dying city like this, sometimes you have to throw etiquette to the wind.
Are you being Matthew McConaughey? What
No,
are you being?
I'm doing like a noir thing, but instead
Yeah.
of like blood on his hands, it's fast food grease.
I got it. I was there.
Nice. All right, we'll be back, guys.
All right.
Hey, welcome back, you fucking losers.
Wait, what are we recording? We're not recording. Yeah,
No, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, welcome back, you fucking losers.
Are we?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, I see.
Little thingy.
Oh, you got make that time bigger.
All right.
Make
I was
that-
looking for the red there.
Is on my side. Yes, it is.
We're not very focused.
No, we're not.
today.
All right, it's all right. It's all right. This is going to be a long. We say this
I
every week.
blame
This is going to be a
me.
long one.
Oh, yeah.
They're all long.
Well, what
I
happens?
blame me.
We say that every week, and then consequently, we just get a little longer every week. And
Yeah.
now we're like often an almost 3-hour podcast.
Whatever. Fucking.
We're like doing the Joe Rogan.
I'm waiting for the 24-hour podcast.
24.
That's not a bad idea.
Just podcast
Yeah,
for a
just
consecutive.
charity
non-stop
live stream.
24 hours.
Non-stop. Make it pop.
We raised $8 and
Don't
ended up in the
stop.
hospital.
It'll be
Don't
fine.
stop till you get enough.
Don't stop. What you call it? Don't stop till you get enough. I don't know the words
Hey,
of that.
Chris, you want another
Yeah,
kiss?
please.
Directly in your eyeball?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Don't catch it in your mouth. It's covered in foil.
It's covered in aluminum foil.
Oh, God.
Oh,
That was
God,
real
I hope
crunchy.
you're happy with yourselves. Now I'm deaf.
I'm so happy.
Oh, my God. These are so good.
So anywho,
Oh, I'm just
Well, it's
eating.
great
All right,
radio.
what's up now?
I guess
What's
it's,
up now?
It's time for my regular weekly segment,
Yeah.
which is Joke of the Week.
Yeah,
Joke
Chris
of
tells
the
us a joke.
week.
Joke of the week.
All right,
That's
simmer
the
down.
theme song.
Let me wash this chocolate down with some more beer.
I'm gonna wash my chocolate down with some lime flavored beer.
I had
I was about to say it's a German way, but then you mentioned lime flavored beer.
I was going to I was trying to narrow down which joke I wanted to do, and I think I finally picked between the two that I wanted. This is another one I actually heard from Norm Macdonald. So, actually, I think the next one will probably also be a Norm Macdonald joke. So, I don't
And
think
then we'll have to start paying royalties.
Yes. The thing is, I don't know if this is his. I don't think this is his joke. I think this is just I like the way he tells it, so I'm gonna do it that. This way. All right. So, a frog goes into a bank to get a loan, and he walks in the door, and he's aware that he's a frog, and it's gonna be very very difficult for a frog to acquire a loan because you don't see a frog in a bank every day looking for a loan. So he tries, and he's walking down.
God, I know this one.
Thanks for that setup.
He's walking down the line, and he's looking for the least intimidating teller he can find, and he's like, I don't like that guy. And he finally settles on a bank teller who's sitting there with a smile on her face and kind of just welcoming him in. And he looks at the name tag and it says Patricia Black, and he said, yeah, that's pretty non-threatening. So he goes up and he said, hey, how you doing? And she says, oh, I'm good. How are you? What can I do for you today? And he says, well, I'd like a loan. I don't think it should be too much of a problem. I know the bank manager, I think, will be okay. And she goes, you like a loan? You're a frog. What does a frog need with a loan? And he's like, well, I'm trying to buy a new house, and it's gonna be real tricky. But don't worry, it's okay. I know it's weird that I'm a frog and everything. And she said, okay. I'm sorry. This is so stupid.
I know this joke.
You do?
And
Okay.
I like this joke.
Okay.
I don't know this joke, so I'm here
It's
for this.
very stupid.
And she
I
goes,
think I'm the only one at the table that doesn't know the joke.
okay, good. As long as someone doesn't know, we're okay. And she goes, all right. Well, what's your name? And the frog says, well, my name's Kermit. And she goes, you're Kermit the Frog? And he says, no, I'm not that Kermit. I was named after him. My father's Mick Jagger.
Naturally.
And, he's just, he was a little coked out, back in the day. So he just named me after Kermit the Frog. And she goes, your dad's Mick Jagger? And he says, yeah. He fucked a frog. And then I came out. And she's like, okay. All right. Well, I guess, do you have anything for collateral that you could put up for this loan? And he says, yes, I've got this here. And he reaches into his frog pocket and he pulls out this little tiny his little frog pocket. And he pulls out this little tiny pink ceramic elephant. And he hands it to the teller, and the teller goes, this? I don't even. You said you know the manager? And Kermit goes, yeah, I know the manager. And she said, give me a minute. And she goes up to the bank manager, and he says, boss, I got this frog out here. He says, his dad's Mick Jagger. He's trying to get a loan. I don't know. He says he knows you. Do you know this guy? He gave me this little pink elephant. I don't even know what this is. What is this? And she hands it to the bank manager, and the bank manager looks at it under the light, and he goes, this? Why, this is a knick-knack, Patty Black. Give the frog a loan. This old man's a rolling stone.
This is a knick-knack, Patty Black. Give the frog a loan.
His old man's a rolling stone.
Oh.
That joke is so profoundly dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's
so dumb, but it's funny, right?
It's
funny.
I love it.
It's so dumb.
I love it even more when I know the joke and I'm watching you lay all the pebbles out. And I'm going, that's
okay.
right.
It's funny because there's so much detail.
Yeah,
So much detail
My dad fucked
for
a frog.
so little payout.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's an exercise in joke-telling futility in a way.
Exactly.
Well, I like it.
So yeah, that was joke
I
of the
also
week.
understand why Norm Macdonald would be associated with
Norm Macdonald's jokes are very funny.
Oh my God.
I have another one. Like the next time that I roll around, the next one I'm going to tell you is one that I heard Norm Macdonald tell.
So in other words, every third episode is let's talk about Norm Macdonald.
No, you know what? Maybe I won't do that one. Maybe I'll find some other jokes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny.
I just
funny.
want to throw some stuff out into the ether, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you never heard that.
Just throw it out to the
joke
universe.
before.
See what comes back.
Well, I like I said before, I had no earthly idea what my topic was going to be when I got here, which is very uncommon for me. Usually, by the time I pull into your driveway, I know exactly what my topic's going to be, and I didn't until maybe like 10 minutes ago.
Ooh, all right.
Oh,
So this is going to be in the same vein of all my other topics. It's going to be very general. It's going to be very open. General, very open. It's going to be open. And I don't know. It's just going to be, there's like no direct rules with it. So I don't know. I wanted to talk this week about friendship in general and maybe some of your best stories.
Like best friend stories? Stories from friends or just stories in general?
Stories in general. Like this is going to be like a friendship / memory episode. So
memory.
Riding that nostalgia train.
Yeah, right. Like, so I want to hear. I want to hear who best friends. Why you're best friends with them? We're all friends sitting at this table, and we've all known each other for a good long while. So maybe it would be interesting to talk about how we all met.
We can talk about our friendships.
Yeah, and then like other friendships that you have, and maybe some stupid stories from your friendship that you consider to be the best.
I got so many.
I have one quick story in mind already.
Yeah,
so I'm ready to go.
Yeah, go. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Take it away.
Let's get it all kicked off here.
So for a long time, my very best friend was Katie Farrell, who we all know and love.
Yes.
And I have a very
by
sarcastic.
The way, Katie listens to this now.
Oh,
And she
great.
was telling me she loved it, and then she was also like, someone's breathing really hard, and I fear for their health.
There's no way. It's not either you or myself.
I know it's got to be one of us.
It's one of us.
I don't know. I breathe through my mouth a lot, so it could be me.
It's all of it's the combined breathing of all of you.
Like I sit close to the mic and I'm very nasally, so there's a good chance that it's me.
It's a like low grade snoring noise.
Everyone one by one. Let's
Yeah.
get real quiet. Breathe into the mic so Katie can pick which one it is.
Katie, okay, so here's my breathing, Katie.
Okay, Chris.
That's definitely me. It's certainly me.
Ben.
Okay, Ben.
Christy,
All right,
just now
fuckers, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not normally here.
I just want to hear your breathing noises now. I mean, we all did it.
There you go. It's Christy. It's always Christy.
Yeah, it's Christy.
Anyway,
It's me being very gross is what it is. Sorry.
It's probably both of us.
that was weird. I'm sorry. I just made you do that.
Dead air.
I didn't.
Dead air.
In my defense, I didn't expect you guys to do it. Anyway, Katie and I, our senior year of high school,
Sorry, I can't help it.
her walker broke and it didn't work from like day one. And so instead of just getting a new locker, she moved into my locker, which you weren't supposed to do, but you just did.
I thought you said her walker broke.
Yes.
Picturing her hobbling along with
tennis balls on the front of it.
It's like she had a walker in high school.
Only 17, the ripe young age of 17.
And she's just hobbling along the halls and Fitch always late for class.
Class started 10 minutes ago. Yes, but I have a walker.
But my walker is broken.
I'm borrowing this from my friend. I don't even have my own. She moved into my locker.
Locker
Much
with
better.
an L. L as in Larry.
And so in between, like every so many classes, we would meet up there because we would need to get books and stuff. So one day she said something, I don't even remember the rest of the context of the conversation, but she said something best friend, like in reference to me. I have a very dry sense of humor. I'm very sarcastic.
Oh,
but
I remember this story now.
I do it around the ones that know me and love me because I figure like obviously she'll get this as a joke because we've been best friends for years. So deadpan, I look at her. So she just referred to us being best friends. And I look at her deadpan and go, best friends? and I saw her heart break in front of me.
Oh my god.
And I felt so bad. But I feel less bad now because she has never let me live it down.
That's so funny.
Well, that's the same thing I did to Chris. It was the same face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mine just stopped. Like my face didn't sag. I just kind of went.
What?
What?
I saw you do a weird android robot freeze like
So to recap, this is the story where Chris told Dave that Trish said, "I love you" for the first time.
That's the thing. He tells me she said she loves me. They just started dating, and I meant to. We've told this on the podcast like 3 times now. But when you and I meant to say, yeah, she doesn't just say that kind of thing. But what I said is she totally doesn't, though. It's the worst possible wording of what I meant to say.
And then I went, what?
What?
You guys can't see this, but it's like
This nod with the mouth open.
The nod with the mouth
Smile.
open, smile, but like
What?
the eyes vacant, starting to break.
It's like a horrible.
Well, and then like
horrible
the best
thing.
part was you went, oh no,
No,
like,
no.
like it took a second, and
Like,
then you
what have I done?
You realized what you said.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Yeah. Oh my god, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt so bad when I realized she took it not as a joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. But
That's what makes
she never let me live it down.
That's what makes dry humor so funny.
Oh, jeez.
I used to hang out with these 2 guys from high school. My first, I don't know, a couple of years of college. Chris and Joe, and they were the source of one of my favorite Valentine's Days ever, because I didn't really start seriously dating or being in relationships until like my mid-20s. So Valentine's Day one year, we I want to say like 2007, 2008. We just decided, you know, we're all single at the time, and we decided to go get together and just go see a movie. And none of us are like kind of really feeling this, you know. Obviously, you know, being single on Valentine's Day, you know, it's just like, you know, we'll just get the 3 of us together and see a movie and make the best of it.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spending Valentine's Day with the other dudes who also don't have a girl to spend Valentine's with.
Yeah, and
It's better than jerking off alone in your bed.
Right, you can jerk off with your 2 best friends.
Yeah, that's
right. So we
Right.
So we're looking at the movies and we're like, oh, all right, this looks good. So we go and we see it. This movie, incidentally, turned out to be Taken, starring Liam Neeson. And it was
Straight up tooken.
one of the best surprises I've ever had in a movie
hell
theater.
yeah.
Like, because I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this sounds, you know, just, you know, it's some CIA guy who's looking for his daughter. And it turned out to be one of the coolest fucking
great.
things I've ever seen in my life.
Incidentally, I also saw that movie for the first time on the same Valentine's Day with an ex-girlfriend.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fucking awesome experience. We got steak and shake after. It was a damn good time.
Yeah, dude.
I love the idea of falling asleep at the end of Valentine's Day with visions of Liam Neeson in your head.
Yeah.
Visions of
Shooting
Neesons dancing in their heads.
It sounds perfect.
Yeah,
really.
that sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds perfect.
Well, here's the thing: when you're young, like you're like, oh, I don't care about Valentine's Day, and you don't have a significant other, and then you go home and you hate it because you know everybody else seems to.
Yeah.
And then when you're older and you've been in a relationship with someone for a while, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Because Valentine's
Right.
Day is stupid.
It's pretty stupid. I think
It's
Christy and mine is the best because we just made our anniversary Valentine's. So
There
at
you
least we
go.
have a
Yeah.
reason
Boom.
to
we didn't have a
enjoy
real
it.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Like, so this is something I actually haven't told Dave.
Oh
But
shit!
I was
It's about to get real on this
yeah.
podcast. Oh
our
shit!
first anniversary. I was adamant because we weren't really officially dating yet, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything for Valentine's Day. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go out. We're not there yet. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then he asked me to go out to dinner, and immediately I buckled, and I was like, okay.
Aw.
And we wanted to go get sushi. And ever since then, we decided that was our first official date. That was the
Yeah.
first time we really went out. We decided that's our anniversary, and every Valentine's Day for our anniversary, we eat at the same place.
Yep.
Aw.
We go get sushi.
Yeah.
And it's
And
really
then we
nice.
decide if we're going to re-up for another year.
Yeah. We re-sign a contract.
Yep.
Yeah.
We go over the pros and cons. We make a list.
I have my lawyer. She has her lawyer. It's a very unappealing
It's
dinner.
Very unappealing.
It's very very romantic though, because the lawyers are also dating.
Yeah.
And
And they're also re-upping their contracts.
yeah, and we go to Mizu and we get the room that has the closed doors.
Yeah.
So it's very official.
Well, you have to
we
when
can
you're talking
close
about
the
business.
door.
And have a foursome in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
And then
there's
when-
some handies under the table.
When the
for
door
sure.
gets closed,
Oh,
then we have a foursome.
What's a sushi dinner without a quick handy under
That's
the table?
right. A sad, gentle handy.
An honorable handy.
A
I mean-
legally mandated handy.
I mean, so far we've re-upped every time, so it's
Right.
been a pretty ecstatic handy.
Yeah.
But the day we decide not to, it'll be a sad handy.
A pretty ecstatic handy. Oh my god, that's too funny. I love
It's
the
a
idea.
phrase I've never uttered before.
I love that the lawyers are dating. That is
Yeah.
the funniest. We go with a couple of lawyers who are also dating.
Man, this is really making me hungry for some handy Hanzos right now.
Handy, huh?
Handy Hanzo.
Now, Trisha and I on Valentine's Day, we've had the same tradition. We just we don't do Valentine's Day, but I guess we kind of do. We just go get like very expensive cuts of steak.
Yeah.
And then make
Are
it
they
at home.
shaped like hearts?
No,
You could shape them
we
like
could.
hearts.
I think I want to do.
Have you ever had literal cow heart though?
No,
Ah,
I have had
That's
liver,
Valentine's.
Yeah.
Eating a beef heart.
beef heart, Captain.
I mean, you gotta hold it up and go,
Captain
Kali Ma.
No, we I think I want to do Kobe steaks this year. Actually,
Can you
Kobe.
Can you even
Kobe.
get a genuine Kobe steak?
no. The answer to that is no.
No.
Even if you go somewhere and spend a lot of money and think you're getting
Right.
genuine Kobe steaks, you're probably not.
But you'll get something probably just as good.
But I'm going to spend the money on it, and
Yeah.
whatever.
It'll
I
be a
don't,
very good
You'll,
steak.
Yeah.
you'll have to settle for.
because it's Valentine's Day.
Well,
We
it's like champagne. It's like, okay, sparkling bubbly is fine enough for me and it's good.
I'm just saying. I've had
Kobe?
Moe, and Shen. She
What?
keeps a Moe and Shando in a pretty cabin. I've had it, which is like it's like $300 champagne. I've had it. It tastes just like Martini Rossi.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's the same shit. So whatever.
All this talk about sushi reminds me that me and these two friends of mine, we used to go to Tokyo House a lot.
Yeah.
And
Same two friends, different two friends.
same two friends, Chris and Joe.
Okay.
And Chris's family was longtime family friends with Ken, the guy who does all the
Right.
cooking
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Tokyo House.
The insane Vietnamese
A
man
Youngstown treasure.
who runs that place.
Yeah.
And because I was rocking the neck beard at the time, and I wasn't even doing it right. Like I was I don't know, like 180 back then.
Yeah.
So it was just this skinny ass white dude with this gigantic fucking Amish beard.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
rocking the neck beard, just like Quiet Riot did. I'm rocking the neck beard, except that they were talented. All right, go ahead.
But he would always call me Abe Lincoln. Ken would always call me Abe Lincoln every time I went in there.
I think Drew went with her boyfriend and they called him Rockstar Scott.
I was with them. We went
Yeah.
to Tokyo House.
I wasn't there.
First of all, that was one thing I loved about it is he kept calling Scott Hollywood the
Oh, yeah,
whole
that's what
time,
it was.
which I fucking love. Just because Scott has, he looks good, he takes
He's
care
got
of himself, he's got the nice
chiseled
hair and all
jaw.
that.
Right.
So he's called him Hollywood the whole
He
time.
probably had sunglasses
Because if
on.
you know Scott at all, he
Yeah.
is not Hollywood.
That's the thing.
No,
is
no.
He's not.
He'll probably describe himself as a redneck from Butler. Like
Yeah.
he's got that
Yeah.
kind of. He's an outdoorsy
He's
dude.
an outdoorsy dude, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been years since I've been there. Does he still talk about Britney Spears' vagina?
No, he did not. But I would say this: my favorite part of dinner was like a couple days before, a guy had gotten arrested in Youngstown for fucking a dog, and he talked about it the
I
whole
remember
time.
that.
He talked about it the whole time he's making dinner.
Okay, for anyone who isn't familiar with Tokyo House, it's a Youngstown treasure. They're not open all the time, basically only during the winter months.
Yeah.
He goes
But-
home.
He goes home, yeah.
It's a hibachi restaurant,
Yeah.
and there's
Manned by one guy and his
one
wife.
dude and his wife,
Yeah.
and you have to wait for hours, but it's it's a treasure
It's
when you
incredible.
get
They-
to
so
go.
good.
They give
So
you
good.
an absolute fucking mountain of meat and rice.
That and a Kool-Aid pitcher full of the yum yum sauce.
yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
pink yum yum sauce.
Pitcher. It's
The food is phenomenal, and you never know what conversation
Yeah.
you're going to have from Ken.
That's because Ken is absolutely out of his
He's
fucking
incredible.
mind.
He's
he was
insane, and
talking
it's
about this guy
delightful.
fucking his dog, and he kept talking about like, do you think the guy was like asking the dog, is it good for you? And I could not. I was howling. And I'm like, this dude. I'm supposed to eat after this.
Right, yeah.
Also, okay,
Well, I mean,
let's just break this down. When you go to hibachi, you are surrounded by a couple of your friends and a bunch of other
Right,
strangers
Yeah.
Yeah.
sitting at a table. And now there's a guy who's cooking your food, talking about fucking a dog.
Enthusiastically.
He's enthusiastic about everything.
Even better.
Yeah.
His wife, on the other hand, I always feel like she's about to fucking kill me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
She's an intense person.
She is.
I'm sure she's a very pleasant woman.
Yeah.
You know.
I have a feeling
she's
she
just quiet.
hates everybody who walks in there, and he loves everybody who walks in there.
That's very possible.
Because she has the job of telling people they can't eat
Yeah.
there. And he has the job
I'm
of making
sure.
everyone's food.
He's got the
Because she
fun
just
job.
stands there manning the line and goes, "It's going to be 4 hours." And you're like, "Oh, fuck me. I
Oh,
was
fuck.
starving 4 hours ago."
Guess I'll wait.
Yeah,
Is
right.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you?
But that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's like a couple friends and then like the remaining 7 or 8 people are strangers.
Yeah.
And Tokyo House is the only place I've been to where it has a tendency for everyone at that table to kind of share the same experience.
You bond, yeah.
And whereas like, you know, at some place like Sawa or any other hibachi place, you know, everyone's just kind of like in their own circle doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and like the flames go up and
Yeah.
they're like, oh.
Tokyo House
but it-
forces you to enjoy the company of strangers in
Yeah.
a way that you do not
Because
regret.
he
I think
makes
it's-
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because he has the personality he has
Yeah.
that you're all looking around at everyone else going, you're witnessing this, right?
Right.
Like, he's talking about fucking a dog right now.
You're looking at each other at first, just like, is this shit happening?
Yeah.
Is it real?
Yeah.
I went to a different hibachi place on an anniversary with someone else I was dating, and it was horrible. We
Yeah.
waited too long to eat. We were both hangry. Then this
This
poor
wasn't while
old
we were
lady,
dating, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, clearly not.
Okay, I just want to make sure there's not this other boyfriend.
No.
'Cause I'm super
This is
jealous
with
of him.
this is with Ian before you and I were dating.
The other boyfriend.
Everyone
Other
knows but
boyfriend.
Dave. No,
This is fine.
we went. I
I'm okay with this.
planned this day. I'm like, it's gonna be a great anniversary. We go to hibachi. We're both hangry. It's awful.
Yeah, it's a bad start.
There's this poor lady next to me who starts telling me about her cancer.
Oh, dude.
And then there's
God.
like these
Way to
really
kill my
annoying girls
anniversary,
at the table.
you bitch.
It was not a good day. Ian was grumpy. He didn't talk to me the whole dinner because he was
Aw.
just facing his food
Oh
because
my
he was so
God.
hungry.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is the worst anniversary I've ever orchestrated.
That's horrible.
It was not good. It was not as upbeat as any Tokyo House dinner I've ever had.
yeah.
My favorite part about Tokyo, this is going to sound really weird when I say this out loud.
Okay.
My favorite part about Tokyo House is he's got the little sake thing that he pumps the head, and it's the little boy that's pissing
Oh,
sake
yeah,
in your
yeah.
mouth. That's my favorite part.
I don't
Because they'll be
recall
like,
that.
he's got this little pump thingy that's just a little chubby little. It's my favorite part. This little chubby boy pissing, but it fires sake out of his penis. And
I believe
he'll
you.
arc it.
You see those at a lot of hibachi places,
Yeah.
too.
He'll arc it like 15 feet into your mouth. If you open your mouth, it'll go, sake? And it'll go, sake! And it'll go, sake. And I'm
Of
like,
course.
yeah, because why not? You want a
Yeah.
little boy to piss sake in your mouth.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I
Greatest
believe you.
dream.
I just haven't been there in legit
Yeah.
like 10 years. The last time we went to go, we misjudged how early we should get there. And it was going to be a 4-hour wait. And even then, we might not possibly get a
Right,
table.
yeah.
And I was already getting hangry. And
Yeah.
so we went and got sushi instead. But yeah, I really need to go back there because it's amazing.
He's the best. He's the best.
Yeah.
Every time I haven't been there in years, but every time I used to go in there, I'm a big boy.
Yeah.
So like every time I go in there, he would always give me extra meat just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Aw.
He takes a look around and he goes, Yeah.
Right. Well, and he's like, you eat. You know what I mean? I'm like,
He looks
yes,
around,
I do.
He looks around and he goes, "You were the fatty."
Yep, right. Well, and he like I'm always the guy that because I'm usually the fattest guy at the table, I'm the one that he's firing the shrimps into my mouth all the time, which is fine.
He's like, "You know how to catch these. Don't even
Bam,
say
and
you
slap
don't."
and I do. I've never missed one. Let me just say,
Chris never miss a shrimp Brady.
that's right.
For some reason, this is reminding me of the time when I worked at a nail salon, and there were a lot of Eastern European women who worked there.
Yeah.
And someone brought cake for someone's birthday.
Yeah.
And they go, "Hey, Chrissy, do you want a piece of cake?" And one of these Eastern European women, she's either Russian or Ukrainian.
Oh, yeah,
She looks at me and goes, "Why are you even asking her? She obviously wants cake." And I was like momentarily offended, and then went, "Yeah, I do."
I mean, you're right.
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 Yeah.
What's the thing? When like, I think except for you, maybe. We're all large people at this table.
Right.
I mean, I'm heavier than I look. Like I think
You may be the least large, but we're all large.
I'm over 280.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You don't look 280.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, it's just what like.
It's all in my thighs.
There's a moment when you're in
Me
the
too,
when,
buddy,
when
me
you're-
too.
That's right. When you're in the in between phase,
Yeah.
you're offended, and then you get to fat level,
Yep.
and you just do whatever. I don't care.
It's called like
And then
substance.
Right.
And then you're like, what? Just cake?
Yeah. Right. You got any ice cream or milk to go with that
Got any
cake?
fruit on top of it?
Yeah. That's fine, but I like casada cake with like the strawberries and.
Oh, yeah.
any
Who
of
doesn't
that.
like
Oh,
casada
fuck
cake?
yeah. No, I actually let me publicly invite all of you here. For Trisha and I, for our anniversary in May, we finally settled on which one we're going to use. But we go.
You all right? You just made a horrible face, Ben. You all right?
That chair is completely wooden. It hurts to get my butt up off of it.
Oh, do you want to trade? You can have this.
No. I see one of the deck chairs over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go
One of
for
the
it. Go
chair-
for it.
chairs.
Jack chair.
But no, I want to let me just invite. James May. Let me just invite everybody here. Trish and I, for our anniversary, go to our favorite our place. Is,
Not melt.
Melting Pot.
Melting
the Melting
Pot.
Pot. Yeah,
Oh,
in
yeah.
Legacy Village, which isn't that far away. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's not that far away. It's a fondue restaurant.
Trish and I
yeah.
have been talking for years
We
about
need to
how all of
go.
us need to get
We
together.
need to go, and it's like if you don't mind spending a little money to go have a really good dining experience,
We can do that.
fondue?
It's fondue.
Funded. Fun done.
Done. Yeah, that's right. But no, you go in there when you
Fun, no, you didn't.
oh fun. But no, you go in and you get the full meal, like, and it starts with a salad, and you pick one of like 4 different kinds of salad. And they used to have a wedge salad that was like bacon and blue cheese and like ranch dressing.
Oh, yeah.
And it was literally
That's
it's
such a good
they
wedge salad.
they take a big fresh head of lettuce, slice it in half.
Yeah.
Cover it in bacon and blue cheese, and then put some dressing on the side, and then you have to hack the rest of
Yeah.
it. It's so good. And then it's like salad, and then drinks. You know, their bartender. This dude.
Yeah.
We went there for one of our
fucking
anniversaries.
guy.
This fucking guy. We went there for one of our anniversaries, and I ordered.
Oh, it's better.
Yeah.
Oh God, with the minty one. Help me. Why am I?
I don't know.
Creme de
Mojitos?
menthe.
Mojitos.
Mojitos.
I ordered a mojito, and there's
minty
nothing.
I love that you just say the minty one and
Yeah,
with no
the
context. I'm
mojitos.
like, obviously mojitos.
Right? That's but like
Mojitos are the fucking truth.
right. Mojitos are one of those things where if somebody makes you a good mojito, it'll change your life.
The best
Yeah.
mojito I've ever had, you made for me.
Really?
Yeah,
I will
we
take
made
that as a
mojitos
compliment. That's
one
right.
night.
Yeah.
Anytime before that, anything mojito
They're so
flavored
fucking
was
good.
not
Yeah, I
good.
And it's
remember that
one of
night.
my favorite
Yeah.
cocktails. They're so good.
Yeah.
But like a good mojito will change your life, and a bad mojito will ruin your night.
Oh, yeah.
If you fuck it up, it
Low
is
risk,
not
high
good.
reward.
Exactly. But this dude, I watched him. We were the only ones in the melting pot because we got there at like 3:30. We were like Seinfeld's parents' hours for dinner. We were like there real early because we're like we're gonna be here for several hours eating and drinking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want you to make me a mojito if you could. He's like, yeah, man. And I watched our waiter walk away from my table, go behind the bar, muddle the mint with love. Just like first I watched him take a fresh sprig of mint out of the fridge.
Yeah.
And then like gently wash it, peel it off, and then muddle it with love
Oh, that's sweet.
and slice these lines. He put like 2
It
whole
gave me
li-
like chills.
Yeah, it's so like I watched it. It was like artwork watching this guy make my drink. He took 2 whole goddamn limes and sliced them up into quarters, eighths, I guess.
He like whispered wishes in one of them.
Yeah, and he made me this drink in this very tall glass.
Wow.
I mean, it was just like, and he's like, "Here you go, man." And they're expensive. They're expensive cocktails, but I'm like,
What are we talking?
It was, I think I paid $8 for it, but it was this tall glass.
That's all
yeah,
right.
you're gesturing like it's a foot tall.
It was very tall. It was a very tall glass. And
So
I
for-
got
The
for
thing is, I don't mind paying that much
if you do it
someone
right.
takes that much care to make it for
he
me.
did. I mean, he like made it like
totally worth it.
I mean, it was like he did it with love and care, and he handed it to me, and I'm like, he walked away, and I looked at Trisha and I said, "This is literally the best cocktail I've ever had in my entire life. I've never had a better cocktail."
Yeah.
it was.
you just look at him and you're like, I want to fuck you too, buddy.
and I made it right.
What are you trying to say to me with this cocktail?
I ordered 3 more at $8 a piece, and they were all just as good as the
You're
first
like,
one.
you trying to get in my pants on my anniversary? Because
Buddy,
I'm
my
leaning
girlfriend's
towards
here.
yes.
God, oh
Man.
easy.
Speaking of friendship related stuff,
Yeah.
I'm getting my tax stuff in the mail soon.
Yeah.
I hope.
Celebrate.
We got to go out for drinks, man.
We
When's,
do.
When's the last time we've
Right.
been out rabble rousing?
We haven't. It's been a long. It's been a long time.
Now I'm raising
Gonna
some
get
hell.
drunk.
But wait,
We were all together, and then on the last line, everyone said something different.
Yeah,
I said gonna get drunk.
Gonna get drunk. Yeah.
I said raising some hell.
I like that.
Having some beers.
And I said nothing because I knew that was going to happen.
Which reminds me, I was thinking on my way to the John about the first time that we had met.
Yeah.
And I remember with Dave, it was through Jenny because you
That's
were
right.
still doing tech stuff for them at the time.
I still have pictures of you painting the rock with me. Did I show those to you?
Uh-huh.
It's insane. It's like another lifetime ago.
I know.
We were
It's
so
Yeah.
much
crazy.
younger.
It's so crazy to look at that stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember exactly when I met you, Chris, but I do.
Well, we initially met at Boardman Park when we were very little.
Right.
We don't remember it.
Yeah. My mom and your aunt brought
Yeah,
us
right.
to Kidstown.
Kids Town.
But in college, some of my earliest memories of college with you were when I was just getting into Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And we would hang out in DeBartolo
You made
and
meth together.
geek out about it.
Let's
We
go.
hung out. We cooked meth. It was pretty cool. I lost a few teeth. Got a record.
Oh no! You cook meth. You don't fucking do it.
Ah, okay. I
Let's
see.
be smart about
Don't
it.
get high on one's own supply.
Exactly.
Bake meth with love in a casserole
Like a
dish.
cookie.
Like that cocktail.
Sprinkle some onions on top, and so they crisp up on the top of the meth.
Well, I like
I
my
think it's a green
fondest.
bean casserole you're describing.
I think like the fact that we're all friends now, I think, has got to be nothing less than fate. Because
Feels like it, doesn't it?
Like, okay, so like Dave and Christy, I met you guys working at Little Caesars, and
Little
you guys,
Caesars.
you guys had known each other from high school, and we all went to the same high school at the same time.
Yeah, we overlapped at the very least.
Yeah, you guys were older than I was, but like you guys knew each other from high school, but we were there in the building at the same time.
Yep. Didn't cross paths at all.
At
in high school
all,
with you.
not at all. And then we all worked together at Little Caesars, and then I didn't hear from you for like a year, and then
I was avoiding you.
yes, of course, like you do. And then Christy, I think you and I, like when you would come home from Chicago, we would always make
Oh
an
no!
effort.
It was Defiance at the time.
Defiance, that's right. It was 'cause
I went away to
still have the
college.
Defiance T-shirt you gave me, the tie-dye one.
I gave you a Defiance T-shirt.
yeah, it was
I don't even
sick.
recall
a
that.
tie-dye T-shirt that says Defiance, Ohio.
Does
on
it have like some quote from the Constitution on the back?
It does. I still
That's
have
great.
that. I
That's
still have that
beautiful.
shirt. It doesn't fit anymore.
I was gonna ask that next.
but I have it.
Yeah.
Most of my clothes from college that say Defiance on them don't
Yeah.
fit anymore either.
Yeah, but like, and then we had met. I remember like going into class with you.
Well, we
Dave
bumped into
and Chris, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. For the people
Sorry,
listening to
we
this
do that.
who don't know what's
I
going
in
on.
particular do that a lot. I'm sorry.
No,
guys.
that's all right. So yeah, Chris, I walked into a creative writing class one day. You were there, and
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, how about this
Hey.
shit?"
And then we happened to be in every other creative writing class that the other person took
Yeah.
for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's pretty crazy. On accident.
On accident.
Completely on accident.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Chris, I'm thinking of a moment a really weird day. Not necessarily the highlight. It wasn't a great moment for anyone, but it's something that was brought up on the podcast before, and I never got to tell my side of it.
Oh, okay.
You
Let's
were
do
dating
this.
someone, and you and I both love tennis.
Yes.
And we learned in high school. We both like to play, and we're both fat and out of shape, and so we decided to play together. I had just moved back home. I finished college, and then I was living in Chicago for about a month, and came to the conclusion that the best thing for me to do was to move back home, and I was not happy about it, but I had to do it. So I was trying to make the best of it by hanging out with all of my friends as much as possible, because I was also working at Walmart, and I hated my life. So you and I were going to play tennis.
Yeah,
a
we
lot.
did a couple times. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of
I
fun.
had so much fun. We need to
Incidentally,
do it again.
I would love to do that again. 'cause it
Please,
was
let's do
so
that
much
again when
fun.
it gets
I
nice
am
out.
not going to join you guys for the record.
That's okay.
That's fine, yeah.
I'm gonna wear my cutoff jean shorts like I did back.
We
I
were,
don't fit in those same ones, but I have more.
we were horrible, by the way.
We're not good.
We're not good at tennis.
It's not very good.
It's not very
But
good.
we like it, and we
It's
get
fun.
to be slightly active, so it's great.
Yeah.
So, this particular day, you were dating someone, and it was kind of, my understanding is that like you knew it was not good. It was on the outs.
For like a year.
It never ends when it's supposed
So-
to. You got to do that last year.
Yeah.
Of just misery.
Preach into the choir here, buddies. So, you and I decided to go play tennis, and I had hung out with you and her before, and I could tell she didn't like me. Because you and I were friends, she didn't know me. I came in from out of town. You and I are buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
We have all these in
Old friends,
jokes.
yeah.
We sat at a hookah bar and wrote a rap together.
That's right. Oh my God. Money, Cristal, and bitches.
That's right. How much of that do you remember other than
Oh
just
God,
the three
it's
words?
somewhere. It's somewhere.
I think I might have it written down on my laptop.
Money, Cristal, and bitches.
bitches.
Oh baby. It was Oh Daddy. That was what it was. Oh Daddy.
It's
Money.
so ridiculous.
Well, that was we were like, well, we could. We were talking like we could write a hit rap song.
But she was there and not contributing
At all.
And just you and I were like in that creative moment, like
Right, let's do it.
And she's just glaring at me the whole time, and
For
I'm like,
2 hours, we wrote the
also,
whole song.
I was dead broke at the time, so
Yeah.
you like at one point you guys bought me a smoothie, and I think you like paid for my hookah.
Yeah.
So I'm on a date with Chris, and his girlfriend is there. But we are the most platonic people
Sure,
in the world.
right.
So,
The most
She
platonic.
never,
The most.
she never got that.
Apart from Plato himself, of course.
of course.
Well, I mean,
not to insult
I
Plato.
had historically, up until very recently, pretty much all my friends were, most of my friends were women. It was the vast majority of my friends, and it's just platonic. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
Like you can be. I don't care what anybody says. You can be friends with the opposite sex.
Of
and
course.
I did that for a long time too, and
It's
now I
just
just have
so
so
silly.
fewer friends.
Right,
that
that's
it's not really
it's
exactly
proportionally
the case.
off. But yeah, like that was the thing, and she just never picked up on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
On the one hand, I do understand it because I'm sure
Sure.
she felt what you felt, that things weren't the same as they used to be, and she had never met me before, and I doubt you like talked about me a lot. So then I come in out of town, and I'm like, let's hang out.
Yeah,
and she's
right.
like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, I
This
get it.
bitch.
I don't even fault her for that. But we decide to go play tennis, and it ended up being a like sweltering hot day.
It was very hot.
And I'm wearing like jeans or like cut off jean shorts and a black t-shirt because that's my uniform. You're wearing something similar. And we sweat it out for like 30 minutes or something. And we go, fuck
That's
this.
enough of this,
That's
yeah.
it's enough. We lost 5 pounds in water weight already. And I had errands to run. I had to go to my dad's house and drop stuff off for my brother or something. So we go there.
You had to pick up hiking equipment to send to your brother in
Right.
California. or
Right.
something.
That's a very specific.
Yeah,
thing to
I
have to
remember
do.
this day. Yeah, I remember this
I
day.
remember this point in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird time. So I had to go there and do that thing. People who listen to this don't know my dad, but there's no stopping at my dad's
Oh, God.
house and doing a thing
Sure.
for like 5 minutes. You have to sit down and drink some sweet tea, and you're there for 4 hours.
We did.
It's
Well,
like
and
minimum.
that's exactly. I sat on in your backyard with your dad.
Yeah.
For like 3 hours just shooting the shit.
I checked with Chris. I'm like, hey, do you want to come with me? Is this cool? You said okay. So we go do that. We're there for a long time. Meanwhile, your phone had been on the verge of dying, so you just shut it off.
Right.
So finally, we wrap all this up. I'm dropping you back off at your house, and you turn your phone back on. And you know that moment when you turn your phone on and all the messages?
Bing,
I don't know this moment because no one likes me, but when you turn your phone back on and you just hear
Sick
ba-ding,
self-burn.
ba-ding, 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 ba-ding.
I had. I'm not joking you. I remember I had 7 missed calls and 12 text messages that
Oh,
I missed.
man.
Yeah.
I think I looked at you and went, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's not good. Apparently, she had gone to the tennis courts because
She
we
followed
said we'd be there, and she saw we
You done
weren't
got
there.
tailed.
I got
Yeah.
yeah.
She saw we weren't there, and so she was upset that we weren't where we said we'd be. And she was like questioning you on that. Everything was very innocent. Like we were there.
Right.
But it was like 98
Right.
degrees outside, not the boy band.
Well, and then you like
Well, I'm
you.
glad you clarified because I was confused.
I thought Nick Lachey was involved.
I'm in.
Well, no, like
He's also sweltering.
you
hot.
you went in to go grab the hiking gear out of the closet, and I went out and I was talking with your stepmom and your dad. And then I think at one point you left from outside and you're like, do you care if I go do some laundry? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You know,
fuck
you
it.
know, Dave, you obviously, you know, you sat down and talked with him. He's very easy to talk to for hours.
My dad
Time goes
will
by.
talk.
Time operates on a
he's a
different.
talker, which is fine. Like
Yeah.
Gary Davenport time is different from all other times.
I actually like people like that because I can. Like, especially when I was younger, I was real socially awkward, so it was an easy chance for practice.
The
Takes the
thing
pressure
is,
off of you a
Yeah,
bit.
you can kind of.
for a person who's socially awkward, he's a really great person to
Yeah,
talk to.
very easy.
Because he will dominate the conversation. And so you can let him have the lead and just like soak
Stay
it all
there,
in.
and it was fine. It was like you know, there was nothing going on. But I remember like I got in the house and I called her, or I was going to call. I was in the bathroom and I was about to call her, and then I got another call. And I answered the phone and I said, hello? Like, kind of like that. She's like, where were you? Where were you? And I had to like explain. I'm like, I was out playing tennis.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, how come when I drove by the tennis court, you weren't there? And I said, hold on. I said, hold on.
Wait a minute.
You followed me? She's like, yes, I did. Like, that was going to be the killer. I said, well, it was 95 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And we left after 30 minutes. And I just drank a bunch of sweet tea with Christy's dad and her stepmom.
I feel like you employ the rope-a-dope
Yeah.
defense at this point and just go, well, no, you don't got me. You think you got me.
Right. Well, that's which none of that. I didn't lie. Like,
Yeah.
none of what.
Right.
None of that was a
The thing
lie.
is, like, I empathize with her. I totally get it. When you feel at the end of a relationship, you know what's happening, and
Yeah.
you're just like strangleholding it.
The thing was, I don't think she knew it was the end until I said, "This is the end."
Yeah.
was-
You know, that's the thing. People are not always totally in agreement about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I always felt bad about that.
Yeah.
But also, I was like, we literally played tennis and then drank sweet tea with my dad for like 3 hours.
Right.
Salacious.
Nothing happened. And here's the other. I have to say, one of your ex-girlfriends and her friend are the ones that convinced me that, hey, maybe it's time you stop seeing this
Yeah,
person.
like maybe this is not great.
Yeah, they like, and the thing was like, they broke it to me very gently. They're like, hey, we don't actually like her very much.
Aw.
And I said, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't either. I was like-
Well, the thing is, friends don't do
Yeah,
that,
and
you
they
really
should.
don't want to. You really don't want to like tell someone something they don't want to hear. But yeah, people should be maybe more honest with
Right.
each other.
Right.
Save
yeah.
a lot of heartache that way.
That was a great friendship moment, incidentally. It was
I love that moment because it was a great day with you and me.
Yeah, it
And
was a
then
lot of fun.
The like heart sinking of like, oh shit, he's about
Yeah.
to go into battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man,
But that was a really fun day otherwise.
Girl court is real. I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
that's a serious
girl
thing.
court is
Sure.
real. You can go before girl judge, and you could be sentenced.
But the
in
thing was,
girl court.
I was the plaintiff, and
Yeah.
the judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff.
I was
Defendant, whatever.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
One of those.
You were the defendant.
I was the defendant.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to be big into League of Legends and I was convincing you guys to get into it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments with you guys was when we were playing the same game for like an hour and a quarter. And when we won, we just freaked the fuck
Because
out.
we were fucking losing.
Yeah.
I think we were. Somebody went AFK at the beginning of the match, if I remember correctly. Something horrible happened.
Yeah, I don't even remember, but basically by the end of it, and this is you know, if the team that's ahead doesn't bother to close it out, then it becomes, you know, more and more balanced as the game goes on, because each person reaches their maximum power.
There's a tapering off at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
Of like the
It plateaus.
growth plateaus, and everyone evens out.
Right. Yeah. So that is what eventually saved us, but also just, you know, continuing to try, and then eventually they surrendered. And I remember, because this was still in my tiny ass apartment.
Yeah.
And we just all at the same time just stood up and started freaking out and running around this tiny little space.
I remember throwing my laptop off of my lap and then tossing the mouse and then standing up and going.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. That was one of the best moments we ever shared as a three. It was just this ultimate victory.
Yeah.
I remember just being elated by that.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. It's just a shame that it takes so much effort to get to that fucking point.
Right.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so much losing when it comes to League
Yeah,
too.
we were not good.
You gotta suck a lot of shit to have like a great match.
Yeah, you and I were not very good.
We were not very good.
Not very good.
But Commander
not
Slam,
very
he made the best of us.
There's a picture of you with a captain's hat, like the old JFK captain's hat.
Oh yeah.
I have the picture
showing
of him.
us a board.
Yeah, the map. It's the map of Summoner's
Rift.
Rift.
Summoner's Rift.
And he just written, "Look at this shit." He's just like
Gesturing
pointing
towards it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
Look at this shit.
Oh, why hasn't that been a thing yet?
Yeah.
The look at
It's
this
gotta
shit
be
and
somewhere.
just a pile of feces. Why is that not a
Ben,
meme?
do you remember the first time we met?
It was at Cedars, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was at New Cedars.
I only very vaguely remember it because I
think I
was
remember that,
more than
actually.
likely blasted at the
I
time.
think you were drinking whiskey because we discussed whiskey.
Whiskey.
Probably.
That's a good whiskey.
It was probably whiskey and Coke.
Yeah.
Knowing me.
I came in again from out of town because Papa's a Rolling Stone, and
Mama developed a habit.
Yeah.
Sorry, throwing a little M&M at you. Yeah.
so oh God, where was I in my life at that point? I was living in Chicago at the time. I came in from out of town to do other things and also see Dave flirt with Chris from across the table.
We're just
No, to
occupying
see,
our silent time.
Dave's
Like you do.
band play, and
The psychedelic furs.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, no one knows of them.
I think I remember this show,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So I went to see you when I was in town and didn't know, like, I knew obviously Chris and a couple other people, but I didn't know you, Ben, and I didn't know a couple other people that were there. And I go to introduce myself, and you introduced yourself to me. I don't even know if you said your actual name, but you're like, everyone calls me Slam. I was like, all right. And then we talked about whiskey for a little bit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like, this is a dude that's friends with all my friends. All right, we're friends now. And then,
That's how that works.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
if you're ever in a situation, if you're ever lucky enough like me to be in a situation where you make up a nickname for yourself and everyone calls you it, everyone rolls with it,
That's right.
instead of mocking you for it,
It's so good.
You introduce yourself by that nickname.
right.
It's so good.
Ordinarily,
It's so good.
You don't say my
it
name is
doesn't work out.
you don't say my name's Ben. You say, well, folks around these parts call me Slam.
Yeah, I feel like you said everyone knows me as Slam. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, cool.
Was-
You're Slam now.
There was a point where I felt like it would be easier because like so many I heard the name Slam more often than I did my actual name.
Yeah.
In a given week.
My name for like 10 years of my life was Ham Cakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. That's such a cool. Like we're in the elite because that usually doesn't work where
Yeah.
people get nicknames that work.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like
My
infamous,
nickname is
really.
just whatever you fuckers string together
Oreo
at the moment.
Cakester-port.
Yep, Oreo Gangster
Yeah.
Port.
Crispy cream and pork.
One of my
Handle
favorite,
Gravy
Budweiser Lymansport.
one of my favorite is a Chris original. You know which one I'm talking about, right? So I came over to pick you up. I don't remember where we were going. It was nighttime, and I didn't want my car to idle, so I shut the car off. So you were like,
God.
you're like showering. So you text me, you're like, all right, I'm almost out. I shut my car off. It's total dark. It's pitch black outside. You come outside. I'm like on my phone, not paying attention. You like knock on the window. I let you in the car, and you're like, "Hey, creepy Rapensport," and I just lost it. And
Creepy
still,
Rapensport.
to this day, that's my favorite nickname.
Well, it's because I looked out the window and I didn't see your car. It was so dark outside, and you had everything shut off. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I had to like go outside because you said you were there, and I had to go outside and check. I didn't know.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think of good friendship stories. I think you
Dave,
guys have covered so many of them.
Come up with a good one for you and me.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm thinking.
this whole group has been friends for a very long time.
Yeah, right.
At this point, you could
Like
say
it-
a long time.
Yeah, at least in various ways, like
Yeah.
our collective friendship goes back a lot.
Dave and I were in that tennis badminton gym class together.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was where we met. Was in
Yeah.
that class, and
That's how I learned to play tennis.
and badminton.
And well, I knew how to I knew how to
Step
play
off.
badminton.
Step the fuck
Come
off! I know
on.
how to play badminton.
Badminton. More like terrible mitten.
That's pretty true.
Yeah, that is true.
More like
That is true.
shuttlecock. More like
Oh,
shuttlecocks.
there are
More like
many.
shuttle dicks.
There were many
Oh
a
my
time playing
More like
badminton in my
transport
front yard,
penis.
talking about shuttlecocks.
Shuttlecocks.
Shuttlecocks. I shuttled several cocks to the airport. I transported several large penises to and from the airport.
This is a weird gag.
It is.
The
go with
shuttlecock.
Oh man, now I'm trying to think of something good to use in the story.
Because everything is so horrible.
There was that time you totally inadvertently referred to our relationship as a relationship. I love that. It's, like seriously said it, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, what?"
Whenever I think of you two, one of the first things that comes to mind is Megabed, and I just gotta ask you,
Yes,
did that come from Mega Desk in the office?
I think it might be inspired by Megadesk.
When Dwight has 3 desks that he has like a command center built
From
into.
my
Yes.
point of view, it did not, because I haven't gotten there yet.
I'm pretty sure that's why I called it Megabed. I'm pretty sure that's why I
Yeah.
called it Megabed.
And just
It
like,
could be.
just like in the
So, to anyone who doesn't know, Dave and I have 2 queen-size beds pushed together.
Mega bed, dude.
Not the way that you think.
Not ultra wide, but just scaling up the basic bed ratio.
Yeah.
To just a very large.
Yeah.
Essentially,
bed.
what this means is we have a very comfortable amount of space between ourselves on one queen-size bed, like horizontal, and the dog has essentially one queen-size bed to himself.
Yeah. and it is awesome.
It has worked out famously.
It is so awesome. I never want to be without Megabed. The few times we take the one bed and
it's
set it up
so
as a guest
bad.
bed, we're like, I can't sleep in
I hate
this.
it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Mega bed, dude.
Megabed.
Mega bed.
Megabed. It's the only way to bed.
It's hard for me to think of like just friendship stories for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Because I feel like so much of my relationship with Dave, like my friendship with Dave, was me wanting to date Dave.
Steeped in sexual tension.
Just oozing
like-
with
Brimming.
sexuality.
It just
brimming.
it just
Just-
didn't work out for many, many reasons.
Packed
that
to
we
the
don't
gills with
necessarily.
sexual tension.
But I,
Well, that's
I,
true.
I
My
dated a
cock
good
runneth
friend of
over.
Dave's. I dated a good friend of Dave's, and then when that ended, Dave and I kind of started hanging out more.
Yeah.
And it seemed like we were going to date, and then things didn't work out.
Yeah.
So in my head, what happened was I was hanging out with Dave, and I thought maybe that was a thing, we were going to date, and then like we didn't, and he
Yeah.
didn't like hang out with me as much. And in my head, I was like, all right, he's just not into me, and I was making all that up, and I moved on.
Right.
I was like, no big deal. Years later, I found out that was wrong, and
Yeah.
other things had happened, and
Oh, God, I've been there.
you know,
Yeah. It's just one of
life
those
happens
things where,
and it's fine.
Yeah, because that's
But-
the thing. It's just one of those things where it wasn't going to work at that time for some real
Right,
specific
and
reasons.
honestly,
Yeah.
if we had dated at that time, it would not have worked.
Right.
Yeah.
It would not have worked.
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened the way it did.
Now,
Yep.
But I did not for a second. I know you felt really bad about that because you did apologize to me about it, Dave.
Yeah.
But I did not for a second feel like that you like were a jerk to me, or like, oh man, we were definitely going to date and then he just ghosted me. I am the type of person who internalizes everything, so it's just like, well, clearly that was all in my head and I made it all up.
Fun story about this from this era. I still have a Zwan CD that belongs to you.
Yeah, you fucker.
That you gave to me in like 2005.
I spent 7 years looking for that Zwan CD.
I still
and
have it.
I'm pretty sure I asked you
I'm
if you
never
had
giving it
it
back
at
to you.
one point, and you're like, I don't have your Zwan CD. And then once we started dating, you're like, I totally have that Zwan CD. I'm
not
like, you
giving it back.
motherfucker.
I wouldn't either.
And now I'm keeping it forever.
You took away
Yes.
Billy Corgan being happy from me.
so we would, I think we would be remiss to not mention one of the coolest things that the four of us plus others have done together, which is going to Pittsburgh.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so glad
Oh my
you mentioned
God.
it.
To see the motherfucking Penguins Bruins game.
That's right. That was awesome.
That was my first NHL game.
That was my first NHL
That was
game.
my
That's
first NHL
my
game.
first.
That was- I think that
NHL
was
That
game.
was yeah.
I think it was awesome.
And probably Trisha's first NHL
Trisha's
game?
too. We're going.
Trisha's-
How about Alec and Misty's?
Alec and Misty's too. Yeah,
Wow.
for
Yeah,
sure. For
yeah.
sure, Misty's. Probably Alex too. I think that was
Wow.
everybody's first. They're going to see the Pens actually this month at some point, and then Trisha and I are going to go see the Bees in Boston. The last home game, April 8th. It's the tribute
Fucking A.
night to
For,
Renee
Renee
Rancourt,
Rancourt.
the
Oh,
voice of the
man.
Garden.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
because this is his final year.
That
so-
fucking goofball.
I only just learned Jeff Jimerson has a band and he plays regionally.
I love the name Jeff Jimerson.
Jeff Jimerson
Jeff,
and,
John-
Jeff
and,
Jefferson. Jim Jefferson.
Jeff Jimerson and
It
Airborne
should
is the name of
clearly
the
be
band.
Jim Jefferson,
It
Yeah.
so should be.
but it's Jeff Jimerson.
Jeff Jefferson.
Jimerson.
Jake
It makes me so
Jim Jam.
happy.
Yeah, no, but I remember that. I remember that day well. Final score was 6-2 Bruins.
Yep.
This was the year when the Pens did end up winning the cup.
They did.
The first of 2 consecutive years that they won the cup. And
There's so much sibilance on
Yeah.
your burps.
But it
They're
was,
so good.
Really resonant burps.
They really
It was,
they're high in the treble range.
yeah, it was mid-December, which meant at the time Fleury was injured.
Yep.
I think Letang was also injured.
It was Sully's second game.
It was
right.
Mike Sullivan's second game.
the
as
first
head
game
coach.
was the first one in Boston, in which we won, I think 3-1 or 4-1. 4-1.
That sounds right.
The programs for that game had Home Alone theme because their
Yeah.
holiday video
Yeah.
was the Home Alone
They did
thing.
a little Home Alone short.
They showed it on the big
Jumbotron.
the jumbotron.
It was
yeah.
really adorable.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby just lying on the ground with a BB rifle. Hello,
Squinty Crabsby.
Squidney Crabby.
That was
I
great,
think
man.
that was when Dave realized how into sports I can actually get.
Yeah.
Because I'm not super into it if I watch from home, but like going to see something live
Oh,
is
yeah.
always
Live is
different.
way better.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That was cool.
That applies
I
to
was
any sport.
so fucking angry.
Yeah. Well, I remember like the 2 nights before we went to go see the first game in Boston at the bar
At Davidson's.
at Davidson's, and
Yeah.
it was Dave, Ben, and then me and Trisha.
Yeah.
I think.
Was I there that time?
I don't think you were there that night. No,
I don't think
I
so.
think you had to work or something.
I
was
always
was
have
that
to
the
work.
night that it was like like 8 below, and I walked
It was
over
very
there.
cold. Yeah,
we were
had
up in the
some-
front corner of Davidson's, off to the sort of left of the door when you go in.
Yeah, yeah.
We were
No,
seated
no,
up-
we were in the big booth.
We
the
were
big-
to the right.
we
When
were
you
to
walk
the
in,
right.
we were to the right.
We were
of
on
the
the big
bar.
patio booth.
I'm thinking of another night.
Yeah, we were on the big patio booth, and I
That
remember.
might- That might have been my birthday.
I know, right? I know, right?
That might have been my 27th or 28th birthday.
Please tell me exactly where you were in this
hold on,
bar that I've never been to.
This is the
She's
best.
right. She's totally right.
But anyway,
I remember, Dave, you asked me, you said, Chris, how do you feel about these 2 upcoming games? And I said, I am very confident that we're going to win both games.
Oh yeah, we got the
by
shit
a
kicked
big
out of us.
margin. And we did. We did. I remember we scored a shorthanded goal the game we went to go see.
Yeah, again, it was because Jeff fucking Zatkoff was in goal, and that was no good.
Yeah.
Sullivan again, second night coaching. Letang and Fleury were
Wasn't
both injured.
that Zatkov's first game though? That live game that we saw, wasn't that his
No,
first one?
it wasn't his first.
It's someone's first game.
Oh, they might have brought Matt Murray out after like the 4th goal.
I think they might have. Yeah.
because at that point it was like 4-2. It was like I don't know, 5
over,
minutes
yeah.
into the 3rd period.
I remember Alec and I we did the slap shot.
Yeah.
First of all, we were at
Yeah,
a
the
bar
slap shot.
a bar down the road from
It was like pretty much catty corner.
It was walking distance.
yeah.
yeah.
It was console. It's now PPG Paints Arena.
yeah, it's console as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I still that was when I started watching them. But yeah, we did it was a bar right down the road from Console Energy Center. It was just a goalie stick with shot glasses on it. And there's
Yeah.
pictures of us doing the slap shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fun.
they ring the bell. Everyone cheers. You all lift up the goalie stick
the
at the
slap
same
shot.
time. And
It's shot glasses affixed to
A goal stick. Yeah,
Goal
it was a
stick.
golie stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was fun.
We have pictures. There's photo documentation of that. And then Alec and
Yeah.
I got flipped off on the way out of Console Energy. There was
Right.
a loud drunk guy with a big beard and a Penguins hat and a jersey smoking a cigarette outside going, "Fuck you!" When Alec and I walked past with our jerseys on, "Fuck you!"
It's not Pittsburgh unless that happens.
It was so
yeah,
great.
but I mean, all things considered, I know it's just a regular season game, but like
Doesn't matter. It was a blast.
it would have been far worse in Philly.
I want to tell a Christy and me story real quick, and it's a very recent one, and it kind of cracked me up. The other day, we took off for Cleveland to see my favorite murder live, right, which was cool.
Another podcast we like.
On the way there, we're driving basically past Medina, and there's this dickhead behind me who, like, it's like one of these areas where there's a right lane that's closing. So they gun it to come up and around and past me just to slightly
Oh, is that the
cut
dude
in.
that passed you on the right?
Yeah, so they cut in just between me and the person in front of me, and then we all have to go slow anyway.
Yeah,
so
you
they're
don't
just now they're in.
do that.
Yeah, I was just annoyed with this, and I'm sitting there like basically muttering at Christy about what a dick this person is, and she's like backing me up. And as we pass them, I look over and she's giving him the
Yes,
finger.
that's the thing. That's the thing, Trisha. I had to tell Trisha to calm down.
It made me so happy.
I turned
great.
to him and I was like, I gave him the finger for you.
Yeah, it's so good.
It was so cute the way she did it too. It was like,
Fuck you. I have to.
And then I quickly followed it up by saying it. He may or may not have actually seen that.
I have to tone Trisha down in the car because we've been together for so long that I'm rubbing off on her.
oh God, yeah.
And I had to stop her one day because somebody cut me off in traffic and I was going, I'm horrible in the car. I say the worst things when I'm in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Driving a weapon.
If I'm driving, I'm real bad.
Horrible. But she
I'm better than most people, but lately it hasn't been the
I'm
case.
horrible. She rolled down the window, leaned out, and gave this person the finger. And I had to be like, I appreciate the sentiment, but maybe don't do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that cracked me
You
up.
rub
I wasn't
off.
expecting it. Was not expecting it.
It's great. It's
So if I'm driving, and normally Dave drives because he likes to drive and I don't. So he just takes the reins and he drives most of the time. If I'm driving, I'm a super angry driver.
me too. Yeah, I'm horrible.
And I'm like MFing everyone all the time.
I've
Also,
never
like-
seen this actually.
So, because you drive all the time,
Yeah.
my ex would get so uncomfortable if I was driving because I get super angry and he didn't know how to deal with me being angry.
The way to deal with that is to just facilitate the anger. You just,
Right.
you just echo the.
But
"Yeah,
I'm-
fuck that mother.
I'm a
Just echo
passive
it.
aggressive person by nature. So seeing me angry is like terrifying to
Yeah.
some people because I don't express that most of the time. So in the car, I'm just like, oh, you fucker. But also, we lived in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I
Sure.
couldn't do that.
Everyone's
there was,
mad at
like-
everyone all the time.
Oh my God, yes. And you have to
crabby
drive
city.
very aggressively there.
I love that. Incidentally, I love being in a city where you have to drive aggressively.
That is
That's
fine.
how I normally drive.
It was like the suburb driving that sucked because we lived in a little suburb, and the thing that pissed me off the most was the fact that there was a parking lane and there was a driving lane.
Yeah.
And you'd pull up to a light, and this motherfucker on my right thought he thought there was
Motherfucker.
like a second lane going straight. It's a fucking parking lane at certain times
Stop
during
it.
the day.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that.
Yeah.
So they would pull up to the light next to you and try to speed in front
I
of you,
hate
and
that.
that was like
You-
my pet peeve.
I will take someone off of the road if they try and do that.
Every time that happened, that was my goal.
it's a drag race at that point.
Yeah.
And he like, I would get so angry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
would piss
again,
me off.
I'm normally very passive aggressive.
That's so- it's
just
so weird to
imagine like
picture you doing
the
that.
black hole of all of my anger from everything I keep inside coming out at the driver next to me. It's scary, and I don't blame him for being afraid of it. But he would drive most of the time too to save himself from my anger.
Yeah.
I'm a fine passenger, I think. I'm not a good
I'm not a good
driver. I
driver,
hate
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
when I'm driving. But Dave likes to drive. It works out well. But
I
yeah,
so love it.
You know
I was
what,
happy to facilitate your anger and flip that person out
It's
because
so
he was
good.
a doucher.
What good are girlfriends for if not to give the finger that you can't because you're watching the road?
It made me really happy to do it.
Yeah.
You know what really fucking sucks is when this sort of thing happens when I'm driving my clients, because like
Yeah.
because I'm supposed to kind of be setting an example, you know, so I don't want to cuss or get like that. But what's great is that my clients do it for me a lot of the time.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it on the
It's super sweet.
because like it's so hard too because I'm like so protective. It's like if I'm in an accident with them, like I don't want them to get hurt or anything.
Sure.
But like, but when most of the time they'll just say what I'm thinking. like like what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck they'll get all the profanity out that I
You
can't do.
Yeah, it's just as good. It's just as good.
And I of course I don't I don't say anything about it because it's like you're absolutely right, of course.
Yeah, sure. I want to tell my favorite friendship meeting story
Okay.
on the podcast.
All right.
All right.
It was because of you.
Okay.
Like a lot of my friends, as
Dave.
a matter of fact. And actually, because of this friend, I think I met you, Ben, by association.
yeah.
It was the first time I met Corey Johnson.
yeah.
It was at one of your shows.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
definitely like pretty much everyone I know today is because of Corey.
Corey, right? Yeah, it was.
She's the hub of the many spoked wheel.
She is. Yeah.
Really.
So consequently, I didn't meet her until we really worked together.
Yeah. Right. Well, wait until
We worked together.
like what?
Do you remember that?
Oh, I forgot. Wait, you did work. Wait, hold on. You worked with her at
Info
City.
Prison.
Yeah, right.
Make the right call.
I totally forgot that.
Yeah, I knew she was friends with everyone that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
I had actually met her once before after a Jenny event at a bar.
Yeah.
And
She's
I'm sorry.
That's
Do
okay.
you mind
No,
if I tell
no,
this
go
story
ahead.
real
She's a
quick?
magnetic person. It's very. I have lots of
She
Corey
was
stories.
dancing and having fun, and I was kind of there with other people. Dave, I think your band was playing once again. That's why I was there. And
Yes.
so I had several beers very quickly,
Yeah.
but I had to drive. So at this point, I was winding down on the beer having. I think I danced with Corey at some
Yeah.
point.
Because you have to.
Yeah.
If you ever met, if people at home, if you've never met Corey, you have to
Then
dance with Corey.
I
don't have
was
a
just
choice.
going
You
to the
don't have a
bar and
choice,
getting
yeah.
water after water after water because I'm trying to sober up so I can drive home safely. And there were like 2 occasions where her and I were at the bar together and she tried to like buy me a beer.
Yeah.
Because we like danced together and had a good
That's
time.
what she does.
Yeah.
That's
So she
what
tries to
is.
buy me a beer and I keep turning her down. And then finally she looks at me and asks me if I was pregnant. Because I'm going to be honest and I don't care. Like, this doesn't hurt my feelings. I carry my weight in my belly and
Yeah.
it tends to make me look like I could be pregnant. And
Hey, me too.
she
Right. Yeah.
all of us have been there. She only saw me at the bar ordering water. She didn't see me drinking before.
Oh, right.
So
right.
at the time when she asked me if I was pregnant, I
Made
was
sense.
immediately offended. But then I thought about it later and went, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
she only saw the evidence of me drinking water after water after water, turning down her drinks. Like, who turns down a free drink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't know the before
Yeah.
story of like me chugging 4 beers and then being like,
Four.
"Oh shit, I have to drive." They were like Great Lakes higher alcohol
Yeah.
percentage,
Yeah.
but I thought about it
beer.
later and went, "Oh
wrap up.
shit!"
So
I
you're
probably
out of
gave
beer.
her. I probably gave her a shitty look when she first asked me that because
Yeah.
I'm so used to like people asking me if I'm pregnant and me getting upset about it. And so I felt really bad that I felt bad. And then later on, like years later, we ended up working together and becoming friends. And I love our friendship now, even though we don't get to see her that often.
Yeah.
But that was like my introduction to Corey.
Yeah, right.
She's an amazing person. I love her.
My 10-second story about Corey is the zombie crawl one year when we were downtown, and I remember
Thank you,
she
buddy.
was
You're welcome.
dressed as Andrew WK. She was having
Oh, yeah.
a party night, and someone
This is
spilled
the
a
same
beer.
night.
And I remember her diving under the table to catch beer in her mouth as it spilled off the table. And I was like, I like this person.
This is the same night that I met Corey.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd known her a while then, but I was just like, yep, that's right.
Yeah.
I love Corey
So
for this.
this is you because you were there to play a show with the Psychic Assassins.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was the zombie crawl.
Yeah.
That's when it was. It was zombie crawl night, and you were playing the very highly touted Lemon Grove show
Oh, man. That was
at
such
the
a
zombie crawl. You
That was a cool night.
yeah, well, you were playing to a
God.
bar. It's if you've never been to the old Lemon Grove, it's now O'Donnell's in downtown Youngstown right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But it's a long hallway of a bar.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's a very long, slightly wider hallway of a bar.
It's probably as wide as like 4 bowling lanes tops,
Yeah.
maybe 3.
And we happened to get a table there,
And
which is miraculous.
including the bar area.
Yeah.
It narrows a lot more when you get to the
Yeah.
bar.
There were
Yeah.
at least 250 people packed into this little bar.
Yeah.
And you guys were playing your show. And Corey came up and gave you a big hug
Yeah.
and dressed as zombie Andrew WK and was like, "Oh my God, it's good to meet you." And then Corey just sat down at the table, and then you had to get up and leave, and she was talking to us.
Yeah.
And you had to get up and leave and get set up for the show.
Yeah.
And Corey was sitting there. I think at this point, and I'll tell this story too for this podcast. We were sitting there with Drew and a couple other people, and I was drinking my Miller Lite.
Yeah.
And this is how long ago it was. It was the old Miller Lite bottle, the blue one. Do you remember this?
Oh,
Jesus,
yeah.
Yeah, this is. Oh my God, I feel old.
That is a
It
while
was
ago.
the old blue Miller Lite bottle, and she went to come across the table and like grab my hand, and she accidentally knocked my beer over, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She like put her hands up to her face like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah,
She's like,
right.
"Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I knocked your beer over." I'm like, "Oh no, it's all right, dude. Don't worry about it." It was like a half drunk beer. I was
Right.
like, "Hold on, I'll go get you another one. Just sit tight." And I'm like, "Okay." And she's drunk. She's very clearly drunk. And she, rather than go up to the bar is packed. I'm like, "Nah, you don't have to. Don't worry about it." She's like, "No, I'm gonna go get you another beer. The bar's packed. There's like a 4 people deep waiting in line at the bar.
Yeah.
To get drinks." Corey goes up to a table that is vacated at the front of the bar, looks
Yeah.
around, grabs 2 half-drank beers off the table, and then walks them back over.
Yeah.
And throws one down in front of me, and then takes one herself and faces it. Just fucking faces the whole thing. And I'm like, well, all right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I remember the first thing she did, she knocked my beer over and then like drank it off the table, like slurped it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she kept, and she's like, I still feel bad. And she kept going and grabbing people's half-drank beers and setting them down in front of me.
Yeah,
and
right.
then like we would just drink them all night, which is horribly unsanitary, but also a really
Alcohol kills everything.
It's a really good way to make friends because she just kept grabbing me people's beers and setting them down in front of me. And I remember at one point she ended up next to me and we were talking and she's like, I like you. I'm going to be your friend. And I'm like, that's how Corey makes friends with everyone.
Yeah.
She's like, I like
Yep.
you. I'm going to be your friend.
We sat next to each other at work and just talked about how much we hated the place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how we became friends.
She's such an easy person. Dave, you described her the best I've ever heard anybody describe Corey.
How's
You
that?
said she's just a fun person to watch live. She's a very fun person to watch be alive.
Yeah.
And
She's
I-
a very alive person.
She mentioned this on Facebook recently, and I want to shout her out for this. She's done a really good job. She decided not to drink.
Yeah, she hasn't been drinking for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's been doing a really good job of that. She's really proud of herself, and I'm really proud
And
of
she's got
her.
a fucking really cool boyfriend.
Yeah.
Seems like it, right?
Good for her, because if anybody deserves true happiness, it's Corey Johnson.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
She's an incredible person, incredible
So
person.
if she hears this, just a quick shout out for her doing that, and for her being a great friend to all of us.
Yeah, she's and like I think all of us here, well, Ben, at least you and I have argued with her over stupid shit before.
Sure.
And it doesn't matter because she's a great person.
Yeah.
She's a fucking
yeah.
great person.
Yeah.
And if you're at home and you are not friends with Corey, I encourage you to be friends with Corey because she's a very good person to be friends with.
Gosh, I hope ever she listens. I know every now and then we get listens from Japan, so there's a
Yeah.
chance she might hear this
God,
one.
I hope so.
if
She's-
I
you're
don't know who
listening,
else it would be.
if you're listening, all this love is coming your way.
Sure. Well, and she's just she's one of my most treasured friends. She's such
Yeah.
a great person to watch
Yeah.
live her life. She's
Yeah.
a very good person, and she
Okay.
deserves everything good and nothing bad.
That is very true, but I gotta mention, speaking of friendship stories, this fucking dog won't leave
God.
Ben alone.
I know.
You know, I'm almost
And,
thinking
like,
maybe
he
it's
hates it.
I'm gonna like just like right into the edge
Lay
of the
down,
table
Bo.
here.
Lay
yeah.
down.
Well, the trick is to ignore him.
Yeah.
Just
Very
ignore
hard.
the dog. He will stop.
He's not
So-
making.
Don't touch
He's not
him or
making
anything.
noise yet or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing though. Ben used to live here, and so he's used to seeing Ben, and then every time Ben comes around now, he's like all up on your dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All up on your dick.
All up on your dick? As I started saying it, I'm like, that's a weird thing to say.
All up ons.
All upons.
All up ons.
Like, here's the thing: Bo gravitates towards the people who dislike him the most.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somehow consistent.
Yep.
Not sure why he does it.
He strives for the affection of the people that he doesn't get it from.
He can't deal with people not liking him.
Yeah, or at least ignoring him, so he kind of
Yeah.
paces angrily.
He can't cope.
He's not.
Heavens.
Certainly not the worst dog I've ever met. Whatever. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, you're
man?
not worried about the.
Are you?
We're
Unless
pretty
you,
long.
unless
Any-
you guys are worried about it.
Are there
being
any
a
more
long-
friend stories we want to tell?
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless you guys want to wrap it up.
Well, I'm trying to think. I just don't have a whole lot more in the
Nothing
tank.
is coming to mind right now for me.
I
Do you
have
have
tons.
another one, Chris?
For me, I just feel like for me,
God damn.
I feel
Props
like
Bill Burr.
my
Bill
whole-
Burr gets the credit for that joke.
you're right.
It's
For me, I know
his.
it's all Bill. It's not mine.
Listen to Bill Burr's podcast.
Listen to Bill Burr.
instead.
Listen to the Monday
It's
Morning.
Wait,
Podcast.
way
is that
better
not
than
one of our
this
jokes?
one.
Yeah. For me, that's
That's
all
a Bill Burr.
That is
Oh,
all Bill Burr. That is all Bill Burr.
Shit, I thought that was one of ours.
No, all my funny stuff is ripped from funnier people. Yeah, I'm not that funny.
That's how comedy works now.
And I guess I don't have a big, super meaningful, important one, but it was just the first time I met Drew. Actually, again because of you, Dave.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
is a linchpin.
He is. You are. You are kind of like the linchpin for everybody except for I think I can trace almost all my friendships except for Alec and Christy back to you.
Well, really, a lot of your friendships, you know, a lot of the ones that you're thinking of really kind of, I think, came about because of the Student Literary Arts Association.
The Student Literally Alcoholics Association, as it was affectionately known as.
And I don't know if we talked about it enough while we were active in it,
Yeah.
but Student Literary Arts Association shares an acronym with Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous.
Right.
Which is exactly what it was.
Considering the group that it was, without revealing anything, is very accurate. That was a group of people who were all fucking.
If you Google SLAA, you don't find us first.
Yeah, no, you don't. Like, that was a group of people that was constantly fucking the people that came to see him.
It was the Friends situation.
It was an FWB situation.
So wise acronym. Very wise acronym.
There was a lot happening.
I mean, Friends like the show, where basically they just paired them all up.
There was a lot
It was a
going
very
on.
incestuous friend group there.
Yeah.
Not incestuous, literally.
There was a lot going on there.
There wasn't actual incest. Thank you for
No,
clarifying.
there was a lot going on in that group.
You're
I will tell
welcome.
you that some of the best years of my life happened because of that whole time of my life.
And honestly, I mean, basically, us three dudes here on this half of the
This
table,
cast,
you know, that's the Student Literary
thank
Arts
you.
Association.
Yeah, the
kind
Student
of was the
Literally
reason.
Alcoholic Association.
Yeah, it's really the reason we all spent so much time together, I think, and then it just went from there.
Chantel's favorite quote whenever, shout out to Chantel, wherever she may be. Chantel's favorite quote whenever she sees me is, "Oh, here, drink this wine real quick." Because that's like famous.
Is that something you would just say all the time?
That was
or-
something that I said to her at one Jenny night. Everybody else had left. It was the night we had the Jenny premiere at Dorian Books, and we were going to go have the after party at Cedars. Billy was nice enough to have the after party at
That was
Cedars.
one of the nights that I drunkenly interacted with all of you.
Yeah,
In from out of town.
Yeah.
he let us have our after party there, and everybody else had left except Chantel, and we had 3 half-drunk open bottles of wine that I had to find a way to get rid of, and I was already drunk, so not thinking of just dumping them out because they were $3 bottles of wine. I grabbed
Don't
her.
waste that $3.
No, right? You don't want to waste the Matthew Fox.
Yeah, right.
She was walking out the door, and I grabbed her by the shoulder of her dress. And I said, "Here, help me drink this wine real quick." And I handed her a bottle.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, all right, fine." And we drank all 3 bottles. We just turned them upside down and finished them.
God.
And then got in the car and drove to Cedars.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Well, the hope is that the alcohol doesn't reach your brain before you get there.
Yeah, well, it did. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, that was, I have some of my most treasured memories there. All my friends I can trace back to other friends at some point. And I met Drew through you, who was like one of the best friends I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like Drew and I, we were inseparable.
Yeah.
There was like a solid 5 years where Drew Kensinger and I were fucking inseparable.
And I'll tell you what, in particular, the 3 of us hung out so much.
So much.
So that the Google Street Cam actually caught us hanging out. That is still, if you go back and you look through the history of the Street View,
We're there.
there's a shot of us sitting out front of Starbucks on 46 doing fuck all.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee. Yeah.
You could still go back and find it. And the thing is, the part it didn't catch was me going, "Oh shit," and getting out of my seat and running after the camera, waving.
Madman.
Yeah, it did not catch that part, unfortunately.
The origin of my friendship with Drew is real fuzzy.
Yeah.
I know it was after I graduated college.
So
I
is
lived I lived in Chicago for like a month or 2, and then, as I mentioned before, had that realization of like, if I want things to happen for myself, I need to save money, which means I need to do the responsible thing and move back home.
Yeah.
So somewhere in that 9 months when I was back in Youngstown, I was hanging out with you guys at the bar, and there were Jenny things happening, and Drew was around. We were hanging out at the Lemon Grove, the original Lemon Grove, a lot. And all my friends were smokers, so I would be out on the back patio with all you guys. And Drew was always there, and I didn't know her. But at some point, we declared our love for each other. We're like, "No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. I love you. No, I love you." And I got her phone number. This was a period in my life when I got a lot of people's phone numbers, like as friends, and misnamed them in my phone to
Nice.
startling degrees. So Drew, her last name in my phone was Kissinger.
She would love that, by the
Yeah.
way.
I believe I've told her this in
Yeah.
person. It's not her name.
No.
It's
But it
not
was-
Kissinger.
It was good. It was good. I don't remember specifically how I met her. I know it was Lemon Grove. I know you guys were there. I know that she was awesome and I loved her. And we just both went, I love you. No, I love you. And we became friends. And I didn't see her enough for a long time. I'm glad she's one of the people we see every fucking week.
She's a great person.
We have not mentioned in this episode of Friendship Moments the fact that we have like get-togethers every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, and
It's
actually,
something
this
that
is.
a lot of adults don't have that.
Yeah, I would actually like to. I mean, I know we could go forever on this, and maybe this
Because-
isn't
Yeah.
the cap on this, but I would.
It's
I
a
would
good
like.
time to wrap it up.
I would like to say, as a sort of roundup to this friendship topic,
Yeah.
we are some of the people who are very lucky to, at this point in our lives, oftentimes by the time you're pushing 30 or after 30, almost everyone's gone. You know,
Right.
friends go different directions. They move different places. They're busy. They got their own things. They want to stay inside in their jams and drink chocolate and not go out.
Hooray for being too poor to move.
That's right. Amen.
Exactly. We're on some
It's
level.
overrated. Don't do it.
On some level, it's circumstantial, and on some other level, it's also the fact that we're willing to put in the work. That we have a group of friends that is still around, that we see each other, and that have our backs. And I
Yeah.
think we should really appreciate it
For sure.
because it may very well not last forever.
Sure.
There may be an invisible expiry on how long we do this.
Sure. And
I hope that's not
I
the
really
case.
hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah, but it's something that we should stop and appreciate because there's a chance that sometime we won't have this anymore.
Sure.
We see the majority of our friend group once a week. We watch a
least,
show of our choosing together. We always have way too much food.
Yep.
And we've incorporated more and more people into this group.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Between Sundays and Tuesdays and fun stuff on weekends, we
Yeah.
get a lot of opportunities to see
It's
the
so
people.
important.
Yeah.
I've
it's so
never
important.
had such a large friend group that I know I can depend on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
It's so great.
yeah.
And most people don't have that.
Yeah, they don't. Well, and that's the thing. I think I've said before on the show. I've had 3 distinct phases in my life of friendships,
Yeah.
and this is the one when I remember years ago when I had the group of, you know what I mean, when I first got this group of friends. I remember thinking like, these are the people that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Hit me with one.
Oh no!
Oh God, I failed you.
Hershey kiss.
All right.
Oh,
there we
Full
go.
disclosure, I'm a little drunk,
That's
so
all right.
my
Me
aim
too.
is off.
My catching is off.
Nope.
I'll let him eat it. It'll be fun for him.
Oh, that Hershey Kiss will do nothing to this
Yeah,
dog.
he's fine. He's
Okay.
got an iron gullet. But no,
It's too stupid to realize he's being poisoned.
the friends I have. I remember there was a conscious moment I had years ago where I'm thinking like, these are the friends I'm going to have forever, because it's so like, I don't know. Most people don't have that. Once you
Yes.
get past 24, most people don't have a consistent group of friends because most people let other stuff get in the way.
Yeah.
Like relationships and jobs.
Frankly,
There's
people have kids and stuff too.
Yeah.
There's also the human brain finishes developing around age 25.
Yeah.
So the person you become in your around your mid 20s is likely the person you're gonna be for probably the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm happy with the person I am.
Yeah, I'm continually disappointed in myself.
Yeah, whatever.
But I'm trying to look sunny side up on it.
Yeah, like who isn't? We're all disappointed. Nobody would be happy with this otherwise. If
My
they didn't-
advice is date one of your best friends.
Yes,
and then
can
you
we
have a
say that?
guaranteed friend group.
whatever the fucking high school horseshit is you heard all the time. If you're young and you're listening to this, date your
Why?
friends. Yeah.
Always
date-
date
no,
your
First of all,
friends.
why?
First of all, why are you listening?
Why aren't you listening to something better? Second of all, date your friends. 'Cause
Date your friends.
Your friends are the closest people you're ever gonna have,
Yeah.
and they're really good relationships.
Yeah,
It
and-
really is a trope that, like, oh, well, I don't want to, like,
That's
mess
bullshit.
up that friendship. No, that's just a nice way of you breaking it to someone you're not attracted to them. And that's fine because we all know that women can't say what we really think because we fear violence. I get that.
Yeah, that's.
But really, if you're into someone who is your friend, please don't fear that.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it's the best relationships you're going to have.
Because you already know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Honestly.
And guys, if she says, you know, I don't want to ruin our friendship, what she means is, I like you, but I don't want to have sex with you.
Right.
I'm not into that,
and
and this is
okay,
going to be
too.
awkward. That's fine.
Don't pursue it.
That's okay.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
That's okay too.
Oh.
They don't have to want to fuck you.
Real quick, one last friend moment, because I want to brag.
I need another.
Ben, do you want a Bud Light Lime? Here's a Bud Light Lime.
No, you know what? I got more in here now that I'm grabbing at it. Or beer.
Boy, we were
I
really
have been
burning
friends
the-
with Ben's girlfriend, Aubrey, since like the first grade. And when I started dating Dave, and I realized I had already met Ben under the name of Slam Hannigan,
I think.
and we started hanging out and spending more time together, and I knew what you were into and the things that you liked. Separately, I was hanging out with my friend Jen and Aubrey, and I knew Aubrey so well and what she liked, and I went, shit. These two people like all of the same things. And if I don't introduce them to each other, they're not going to meet each other.
You were very right, and what's even better is that like the things that she liked before we dated, the things that she liked, and that I had never bothered to get into, and vice versa, we got into. You know, I you know.
Basically, I pulled an I Love Lucy, and I meddled. I meddled, and I got them to come to movie nights at Dave's place.
Yeah.
And then we went to my best friend Adam's wedding.
Oh, what was the one we watched that was really cool?
I don't even remember because I was too focused on YouTube.
It was like a sci-fi. It might have been animated. She brought over Big Hero 6 for us to watch.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I feel like
That's
I didn't.
right. I wanted to watch
I feel like I didn't watch it. Maybe I did.
Oh, and we also watched
did.
Star Trek Into Darkness
Yeah,
That's another good
with Benadryl Cabbage Patch. Yeah, no, but like, you know, before I dated Aubrey, I never thought in 1,000 years I'd start getting into Fall Out Boy, but you know, after a lot of exposure to it, I you know, you tend to gain an appreciation for stuff like that. And I like them for the same reason I like Pink Floyd. You know, their style changes depending on the time.
Yeah.
They don't stay stagnant. They continually improve and experiment, and that's something that's really cool. And I never thought I'd you know, listen to enough Fall Out Boy in my life to make that judgment, but here we are.
It made me happy to see two people who I care about a lot and love a lot and go, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, those two could fuck later. You know what I'm talking
Sure.
about? Woo! You know what I'm talking about. That's right. Woo!
Those two are totally gonna fuck.
Oh, man, look at my little boobies. Oh, I will. Oh, my God.
Okay. They're not little.
They're not little.
No,
no.
they are not.
It made me really happy to see two
Big
people
boobies.
that I knew deserved to be happy.
Hi,
Find
Aubrey.
that.
Hi, Aubrey. Hey, Aubrey.
Yeah, this is an awkward.
We
one.
love you. Everybody at this table loves you.
I love
Say hi to the girls for me.
Yeah, I'm sure he will later. You know what I'm talking about also? Woo! Talking about those boobies.
I love Aubrey
she's
to
gonna love this.
pieces, and it made me happy to be able to introduce her to someone I knew she would dig.
Oh, yeah.
And on the way home from my best friend's wedding, which is a movie, but that's not the movie one, I was texting her and asking how it went because I basically was like, oh, we're not going to be there, but you know, these movie nights we've been having every week, you two should have one without us. And you did. And,
And you did.
she was texting me about how awkward she felt and how nervous she was. And I was like, just let it go. It's fine. Just like hang out. It's okay. And then like 30 minutes later, I got a text saying, oh yeah, we're dating now. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. It's not what I was expecting. And it made us so happy on our way home.
Friendships are awesome.
Yeah, man.
I took a trip to the friend zone once thinking I could make some more friends, but all it was a bunch of angry neckbeards and fedoras.
All right,
That's not the good one.
do you think we can put the gavel on this topic?
Yeah. I think
it's-
we're going to end it.
It's almost 10 o'clock in real time. So.
Whatever, fuck it. Who cares? Whatever. All right, we'll be back with the final segment of the show. Yeah, hit me.
Hey, finally.
We'll be back with the final segment of the show. We'll wrap it up. You know what? I'm not sorry that this was long. You all like it, so
Yeah.
everybody who's listening to it is like, oh no, we like it if it's long. It's okay. So whatever, fuck it. I don't care.
You're sluts for us, admit it.
We'll be back with the rest of the show. Enjoy it.
Yeah, 3 dudes.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And we're back.
Hey,
everybody.
And we're back.
We're back.
Yo.
Boy,
Oh,
I'm
God.
getting sleepy.
Yeah, it's time. We went real long on this episode.
Yeah, we did.
I'm
Well-
a lot bit drunk.
Yeah. Well, let's get in. Let's wrap it up because we got pizza on the way.
Pizza. Couple of pizzas.
We're
Let's be clear. Me and Chris have pizza.
Right,
on the
we
way.
yeah. The rest of you can fucking watch us eat it.
Oh, dude, I filled myself up on motherfucking KFC a bit ago.
I'm
man.
eating these nuts. That's
I
going
ain't,
on
I ain't
here.
gonna hear it.
Have you had any of that KFC, like the new barbecues they have?
They have like these
No, I
regional
just-
flavors that are really
They have like
interesting.
$4.99 meals.
No,
That's
I
like,
just-
That's a deal.
I just got tater wedges, mashed taters, and buffalo, or no, the popcorn chicken. And I got buffalo sauce for
I
dipping.
got tater wedges,
Oh, yeah.
mashed taters, a baked potato, and some potato slices. I just got potatoes.
and that's it.
I got
Only
the-
potatoes.
I got the Colonel's favorite
You know
tater
that.
meal.
It's just potatoes. It says that in quotes. It's just potatoes. Quote,
They
it's
have
just
some-
potatoes.
Nothing but potatoes.
They have some weird. They have a weird honey barbecue, southern barbecue weird thing.
It's honey and southern.
It's both.
It's both.
It's both.
So anywho,
All right,
It's very salty and it's delicious.
all right. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Dave, do you have any recommendations?
I was waiting for the psych out.
Nope, no psych out.
I was waiting for the psych out.
Let's hit it. Let's hit
Gosh,
it.
you know what? I actually probably should have thought of one.
You should have. Yeah, you probably.
I have one.
oh my god.
Christy, do you have any recommendations? We're
I do.
passing Dave up.
Do.
Yeah.
So Dave and I just went to a live performance of this podcast, and I've talked about it on our
Yeah.
podcast Goose Chase before. But the podcast My Favorite Murder.
Yeah, dude.
If you like true crime, if you like comedy, I suggest listening to it. It is Georgia Hardstark and Karen Kilgariff.
Hard Stark.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great name.
The card starks.
Dave loves Karen Kilgariff. What's the
Yeah.
name of the show, Dave?
But she was on Mr. Show, which is where I first became aware of her, and I really liked her from that.
She's also a comic. She does stand-up comedy, but she does a lot while playing the guitar. She's a great musician, by the way. Like, her voice is great. She does a lot of the thing that I've kind of adopted, which is singing things that you should be talking,
yeah.
but you're just singing them instead. She does a lot of that. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
Georgia is hilarious.
They're great together. They make great hosts together.
Yes. We got to see them live and actually see how they interact with each other, and it was weird to me, but in a really good, positive way. Like,
You're not used to seeing podcasters.
right. I'm used to just hearing them, so I know they're close, but it was seeing them like touch each other and like touch each other's arms during like a graphic moment of a story they're talking about.
A lot of people don't know this, but we're always constantly holding hands when we
never
do this
not
podcast.
touching.
Yeah, it's
We're
like
very
it's
often touching.
So
Yeah.
it's like a seance, pretty much.
I'm
Yeah.
usually playing footsies with one of these two guys.
Yeah.
Just so you all know, Dave is not touching me at all. That's true, but regardless, it was a really great live show to see. It was a podcast that sold out a theater.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
In
It
Cleveland,
was
a
the
not
Connor
small theater.
in Cleveland. Connor Palace in theater. Connor Palace Theater in Cleveland. And it was a great show. It was a great podcast. It was awesome to see them interact because normally we just hear them.
Yeah.
And overall, as a podcast, I suggest it.
Yeah.
They add an amount of levity to graphic, murdery topics.
Yeah.
And it's a sense of humor that is natural to me. It's not for everyone, but it makes sense to me. It makes sense to Dave. It's a way of talking about things that are fucked up that you laugh about them or you cry about them.
It's humor as a form of
Sure.
catharsis.
Right. You have to make a choice.
Yeah.
And it's something that's fascinated me for a long time because I was a forensic science major in college and
Yeah.
it's interesting to me and it's mind-boggling that people can do the horrible things that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the podcast. I suggest it to anyone who's remotely into true crime.
Yeah.
I know Dave likes it. He doesn't listen to it
I don't
quite
listen
as
that
much
much.
as I do.
Yeah.
But you love Karen Kilgariff
Yeah.
as a comic. Georgia Hardstark has done all their stuff in her career. She had a Food Network show at one point with someone else. So if you like either of those two people and you like true crime,
Check it out.
you'll like it.
Yeah.
But that's my suggestion.
I think it's a good one. Honestly, as podcasts go, it's up there. It's one of the more popular ones.
People have been
And-
telling me to listen to this for a long time.
And I'm not saying
Yeah.
it because they need more people to listen to them.
Oh yeah, they get
They're
a lot.
set.
Yeah, they're set.
But I'm saying it because I love it. And it's so good. And so many people in my life that like this kind of thing, you would love it if you
Yeah.
gave it a chance.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Say that one more time with some voice.
Cool. All right, Dave. I need your suggestions.
Oh wait, you actually are coming
Yeah,
to me.
I am.
Suggestions.
Gosh, I really should have
Your
thought of one.
suggestions. I need to. I need to get some pizza in me. That's what I need to
Okay.
do.
So I will recommend this one. This is I mentioned them briefly earlier. It's another podcast.
You
but
just
it's
need to touch your briefs on this.
I briefly touched my briefs on this earlier. But the network that took over a lot of the content from CISO, whose name is escaping me.
Verve.
God.
Verve. VRV.
Yeah.
Yeah, they currently host a show based on a podcast that I mentioned earlier, My Brother, and Me.
Oh, I love
I dedicated a little chunk of time today to watching some of the episodes of My Brother, and Me
They're
on
amazing.
Verve. They are insanely funny, and I can't recommend them enough.
They have a bajillion podcasts together.
Yeah, they're three brothers that they do a bunch of podcasts, and they made this show specifically. It's a lot of fun. You know that classic contagious laughter thing.
Yeah, sure.
Of like people that you just love to listen to have fun because it makes you feel like you're a part of it. That's
Yeah.
sort of the roundabout podcast
Ash.
experience.
Like Ash.
Yeah, I think that's the podcast
The
experience.
Pop Cap Pump.
The pop pop.
The pop pop.
The pop pop is basically that. So, I highly recommend checking it out. Verve is free, as far as I can tell. There's a paid
Free.
tier, they have a paid tier, but
I
there's a
pay
lot of free.
$4.99 a month.
I mean, baby.
I watched it for free. They have free content.
Fuck you.
They have free content on there, and I really recommend
A
this in particular.
subscription is $4.99 a month. You get everything that was on CISO, and you get all of the Crunchyroll stuff.
Yeah.
'cause
Oh, yeah.
it's the
Right.
same people.
Like a whole bunch
So
watch anime in your town. All right, sorry.
yeah, so $5 a month gets you a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, and it gets my favorite cartoon, which is Bee and Puppet Cat. So
But I will say about it in particular, this show is free. It's really good, and I'll tease one episode for you real quick. It's someone came to them and asked them, because it's an advice show, or it's like they get a advice question from a fan. This guy was trying to get them to convince his wife to let him get a pet tarantula. That's the episode, and they're going around town, their hometown, trying to find a way to change the negative image of tarantulas and really jazz up, rebrand the tarantula. They have a budget of $3, so the PR guy tells them no, and they eventually stage a tarantula parade in their hometown. Going down the street, they have a marching band playing Itsy Bitsy Spider. They have a float.
that's so sweet.
They call them ranchos the whole time, which is really funny.
Ranchos.
Just ranchos.
I like it.
Like giving them a cuter name, you
That's
know?
awesome.
So if you
It's
think
adorable.
if you think that's funny, watch My Brother and Me. It's all kinds of absurd. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
If you guys don't choose fucking podcasts, then you're fucking done.
All right, Ben, hit us.
Well, Aubrey and I watched a movie recently. One of my favorites. One of my favorites within this genre, anyway. In the event that folks out there haven't actually bothered to watch some of the classic James Bond movies,
Yeah.
the place to start is Goldfinger.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I just recently showed Aubrey Goldfinger for the first time.
He's
I haven't seen any of
He's the man with the Midas touch, right? He's the man with the Midas touch.
Goldfinger.
A spider.
We need to have a movie night
We do need a
because I haven't
Yeah.
seen any
a good
of
one.
them.
Oh, there's a few that I feel are recommended viewing as far as Bond films go. Goldfinger is one. Live and Let Die is another.
Live and let die.
Moonraker and View to a Kill are necessary viewing. GoldenEye and Casino Royale are absolutely necessary.
Man, I'd love to have a Bond night.
Yeah. Oh, we absolutely should.
Yeah.
Goldfinger, of course, is made in an age when the franchise didn't take itself too seriously, and this is one of the great things about Bond movies is the attitudes in the movies are very reflective of the time with regards to especially masculinity and how women are treated.
Yeah,
But Goldfinger, of course, is regarded as one of the quintessential classics. It's the third canon Bond movie, the very first to have its own standalone theme song, sung of course by Shirley Bassey. Goldfinger.
He's the man.
When in middle school, we used to sing that. Goldfinger, he's the man with the gold finger. I don't know where Mike got that, but I remember him saying it. We used to sing it together.
It's the pre-title sequence. First of all, the title sequence, of course, again features the first standalone theme, and it of course is legendary now.
Yeah.
But the pre-title sequence has been very critically praised. It's about 5 minutes long, and it tells you in 5 minutes everything you need to know about Bond and his abilities. If you've never heard of James Bond before, somehow,
Yeah.
it tells you everything you need to know about his character in a simple 5-minute thing.
That's really great storytelling.
Yeah, with only a few lines of spoken dialogue. It's really, really great. Features one of the best henchmen of all time, of course, Odd Job.
Yeah.
The character you hated when people picked in GoldenEye on the
because
N64.
it's way too goddamn short.
Yeah, it wouldn't even
too short.
auto lock on him.
Right. Lots of great standbys of the genre and indeed of just the series specifically come out of Goldfinger.
Yeah.
And
Finger. He's the man.
I recommend it to everyone because it's
Minus
just one of those absolutely perfect spy stories, and certainly one of the best, if not the best, James Bond movies
Pretty
out
good,
there. Aubrey liked it. I
It has the Aubrey seal of approval, you're telling me?
It has the Aubrey seal. She thought it was fun. She thought it was a fun movie, and that really,
Well, then if
why
you
do we?
don't fucking watch
Push it.
you're a
along.
fucking asshole.
Why are you in, you're in a fine mood tonight.
And really, why do we watch
I'm
Bond
drunk.
movies?
Yeah.
If not for the fun of it,
Push
you know?
her. Push it all.
Pusher.
Push it real good.
Dun, 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 No, yeah.
All right, that's my recommendation. I'm gonna pee, but I'll be.
Do it.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
out
do a
there.
little
Okay.
PS.
So I'm gonna bring the mood down.
Yay.
You know what? I don't have an album this week. I'm gonna recommend a movie that I just rewatched again. I think it's the third time I've watched this at this
Sophie's
point.
Choice.
Sophie's Choice: The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I just want those pants.
Schindler's List.
It is actually Schindler's
Shut
List.
the fuck
It is-
up.
I'm not joking. It's actually Schindler's
No
List.
way.
Yeah, I'm not
I
joking.
don't know if I've actually seen.
You never seen Schindler's List? So okay.
Oh my god, I'm so good.
You are very good. Yeah, I have. Like I said before on the show, I've been like starting my collection of great cinema.
Yeah.
Let's have a movie night.
we
where we watch
really
the most
should.
depressing movie.
I'm all about that. I'm all about that. But
Schindler's
List. Yes, sir. So Schindler's List, if you've never seen it, is a true story about
Of a list.
of a list made by a man named Schindler.
Story of a list made by a guy named Schindler or something.
It's
No, we'll wait.
He looked so sad in photographs.
oh my god.
Oh my
So-
god, I'm gonna twist your head off.
Schindler's List is a true story.
Oh, you should.
About Oskar Schindler, who was a German nationalist in the 40s during World War II, who was a member of the Nazi Party and witnessed pretty much all the horrible things. Nazis, not nice people.
They're not good.
so
They're not good people.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're
Let me
bad.
just say, they're bad people.
They're
Just
not
like,
good.
just walk
Just not good.
away.
But Oskar Schindler,
Walk away from the Nazis.
Schindler's List is a story about a guy who his scheme is ultimately to make money during war.
Yeah,
He was
he's
very
a profiteer.
Yeah, he's a profiteer, and it's very
Who
easy to make
plays
money.
Schindler?
Neeson's, right?
Liam Neeson, yeah.
Liam Neeson.
Okay, that was not the person I was expecting. And I don't know the name of the person I was expecting.
no.
So let's carry on.
It's Liam Neeson. It's actually his breakout role, I suppose, in a lot of ways. But Sir Ben Kingsley plays his accountant, who helps him run the business, who's Jewish. It's
that
this,
motherfucker.
it's basically that fucking guy. It's basically the story of how Oskar Schindler goes from a profiteer to a person who recognizes how fucking horrible the Holocaust is.
It's a redemption story.
And he dedicates basically his entire business and life to rescuing as many Jews from the Holocaust as possible.
What's really beautiful about the story too is like the movie presents it in a way that like he doesn't even realize that this change is happening.
Correct.
Really.
Yeah. And you see that you witness the change happen. Actually, Ben Kingsley is the one who facilitates a lot of it and starts rescuing people. It's a pots and pans factory. He's basically building,
Home goods and
amenities
stuff.
for the German army.
Yeah.
pots and pans, silverware.
I want some of them pots and pans.
But he
want no
keeps
Nazi pan.
But like Ben Kingsley's
Not
character
Nazi
starts
pants.
taking Jews, good people, out of these camps and putting them
Good
in this
Jew
factory.
people.
Good Jew people.
Good Jew people.
And by the end of the movie, Schindler comes along and he's rescuing these people from concentration camps.
Yeah.
And it's a hard one to watch. If you've never seen it, bring a box of tissues because it's a very unapologetic. It's a very unapologetic filming of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Spielberg kind of presents it almost in a documentary kind of way.
Yeah.
It's filmed in black and white. And
Spielberg, you say?
yes,
Yeah.
Surprised that it's
right.
unapologetic.
it's very. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm just gonna let that lay there. I'm not elaborating.
Like an egg.
It's a very unapologetic portrayal of the Holocaust.
Big Jewish egg.
It's very. Oh my god.
The most delicious.
Oh my god! Let's just move on already.
It's a very good movie. Bring a Box of Tissues. It's widely regarded as one of the greatest films ever made.
Yeah,
and I would agree with that. It's a great. Oh my god! All right. What did we learn today?
Go on.
No, that's it. That's it.
that's it.
That's it. Watch Schindler's List if you haven't already. It's an excellent film. It's an excellent film.
Fun for the whole family.
Right. If you have children, it's probably a good idea to let them watch this movie because
should just let them watch
it's a lot of fun for the whole family, unless you're Jewish.
Oh my god!
How do you learn if you don't learn from movies?
Right. If you don't learn from Hitler.
Yeah, movies taught me that if I'm persistent enough, I can get the girl. And if she says no, that's just a sign that she wants me more.
Right.
Just keep
Thanks, movies.
persisting. Just keep doing that thing. It's fine.
Oh my!
All right.
goodness.
All right, let's
All
wrap
right.
it.
What do we learn this week, guys?
I learned that unbeknownst to me, I wake up mumbling epithets. Thanks, girlfriend.
It's pretty true.
I learned that leprechauns are very efficient at changing tires, and I also wrote that they like to say "my bad."
I wrote that the etymology of the phrase "my bad" is directly from leprechauns.
Yeah, it's old Gaelic.
Yeah. I wrote simply Dylan's.
Dylan's.
Easy Dylan's.
I also wrote the phrase "dangerously Polish."
Yeah, I wrote that too. Dangerously Polish, and then dash au jus for some reason.
Yeah, something about au jus.
If my bad comes from like old Gaelic, it's probably spelled real weird, like the original spelling.
My
is
bach.
like MOA.
There's like an ev in there, the little D with the line.
It's,
through it.
Yeah, BE.
It's specifically because I have Gaelic tattooed on my skin.
Yeah.
It's MO, and then it's probably like BHUIOUD. My book.
I noted a pretty ecstatic handy.
I wrote that Dave doesn't get gender equality.
I wrote that.
I don't really get it. I
I
don't
wrote
get
that Bill Belichick is the grumpy cat of sports coaches.
it. He sure is.
And then I just wrote sports. And also bork.
Pork, pork, pork.
Pork.
I wrote, who doesn't want a little boy to piss sake directly into their mouth?
You're right, exactly. I wrote that Bill Belichick is constantly laying an egg.
It's like halfway out of his ass at all times.
I wrote McDouble Watch 2018.
That's right.
It's my new running feature, McDouble
Oh
Watch.
God! I wrote a legally mandated handy and a pretty extended handy. I think the last thing I have on here is that women should be referred to as a mobile birthing chamber or a rack on legs.
Rack on legs.
A rack on legs.
My last note here is, oh, Ben, look at my little babies.
I wrote the biggest compliment Smash Mouth has ever gotten is the mere suggestion that Bob Dylan would ever cover their song.
Oh no, not cover it. He wrote it originally. Bob Dylan wrote every major song of the 20th century.
Do you guys know the song? Do you know the song Wagon Wheel?
Oh yeah.
He wrote
I hate it.
I love that song. He wrote the chorus of that song, and then he did, and then another band came along and they loved it, and he didn't know what to do with it, and he basically gave it to them, and they adopted it and wrote the rest of the song. It's whoever the original songwriter of Wagon Wheel is.
Wait, are you fucking with me? Bob Dylan
No.
wrote that fucking song?
He wrote the chorus, and he didn't have anything to do with it. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
So he
Well, it's
gave it
because
away.
it's not a good song.
It's
Oh, I
the
hate that
thing
song.
is, when I went to
don't even know
college,
if I know
everyone
this
else
song.
who played
Rock me, mama,
baby,
like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama,
castle.
Jump, rock me, mama, let the winds and the
It's
rain.
an Old Crow medicine show. It's,
Old Crow medicine.
Oh, I love
show.
that.
That's right.
when I went to school in Defiance, Ohio, all the musicians there covered that song. So that naturally meant that I also covered that song. But I heard a lot of beautiful covers of it and fell in love with it. But yeah, the origin is that he wrote the chorus and gave it to Old Crow Medicine Show.
I did it all for the nookie.
I also have Frocket, Frog Pocket.
The Frog Pocket.
Frog Pocket. From Frogco.
And Best Friends?
Best friend.
Best friends.
I also wrote that there's a large unnecessary screw in this table.
Oh, they used to hold the audio, the mixer. Up
Okay,
there, yeah.
I've been playing with it, and I wrote, meth onions.
Wow, you had a lot of notes.
I wrote a lot of things.
Meth onions.
All right, I think that's everything, right?
I think so.
All right, kids. On
I'm
that
still
note,
playing with
Thank
this
you for
screw.
being our. Thank you for being
yeah,
our
thank you
guest.
for coming on.
Thanks for having me at the last minute.
Yeah, final last minute recommendation. Listen to Goose Chase if you haven't. The Goose Chase Pod.
Thank you.
Check out Goose Chase. It's a really good show. It's way better than this show. It makes
buddy.
it is bound to get more listens than this show. Yeah. So check it out. It's really
Only
good.
because we rip off what other people do.
It's all right.
Hey, dog, any words for the audience? Speak.
Boba,
Speak, boy.
Speak.
Speak, Bo.
Speak.
Come on, Bo. There you go. Yeah, he's a good boy. Bo. He's a good
Arf.
bumper. Arf. Bork. Oh, heck.
Oh, heckin' bork.
Bork.
Hey,
Dad,
how's
you
our
throwed me the
pizza
high.
coming?
It's they're making our order and they've been making it for the last 10 minutes.
Those motherfuckers.
But have you refreshed the page?
It constantly refreshes.
Oh, okay.
We got a
Oh,
groany
Bobo.
pupper.
All right, guys. See us next week. We're sorry. I'm not sorry it ran long. Fuck you. If you don't like it, then
Fuck you, please
probably
listen.
Yeah. If you probably
You
stop
know
listening
you're
already.
gonna listen.
Fuck you, and please leave a kind comment on iTunes.
Yeah, you fucking cunts.
Fuck you, but like we really want you to like it.
Yeah.
Give us listens, you fucking communists!
All right, we'll be back next week where Ben will be hosting, and the topic will
Oh,
be
shit.
I don't know, like whatever he wants, man.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just
It's gonna be something. I'm gonna think of something real fucking bizarre.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna hold. All right, we're gonna hold you to that.
All right.
Didn't think we were gonna get that in this week, did you? Woo! Good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.